Ịdị ebube, ịdị oke ọnụ ahịa, Jehova bụ Chineke, onye ebere, Chukwu ribe otuto n'ịbụ ọkaka, Eze mara mma, Chukwu ịdị ebube, ịdị oke ọnụ ahịa, Jehova bụ Chineke, onye ebere, Chukwu ribe otuto n'ịbụ ọkaka. Ị mara mma, ịdị ebube, ịdị oke ọnụ ahịa, Jehova bụ Chineke, onye ebere, dọdịrịbe otuto n'ịbụ ọkaka, Chukwu mara mma, ị mara mma, Chukwu ịdị ebube, ịdị oke ọnụ ahịa, Chim, Jehova bụ Chineke, onye ebere, dọdịrịbe otuto n'ịbụ ọkaka, onye amara, onye ngọzi, onye amara, onye ngọzi, onye amara mee, onye amara, onye ngọzi, onye amara mee, onye amara, onye ngọzi, onye amara mee, onye amara, ngọzi, onye amara mee, onye amara, onye ngọzi, onye amara mee, onye amara n'ịbụ onye ngọzi, onye amara mee, onye amara, onye ngọzi, onye amara mee, onye amara n'ịbụ onye ngọzi, onye amara mee, onye amara, onye ngọzi, Chimụ bụ onye amara, onye amara n'ịbụ onye ngọzi, anyị bụ onye amara, onye amara, onye ngọzi, onye amara mee, onye amara n'ịbụ onye ngọzi, onye amara mee, onye amara, onye ngọzi, obu n'isi menụ, onye amara n'ịbụ onye ngọzi, isi menụ, onye amara, onye ngọzi, onye na-eme mma, onye amara, onye ngọzi, Jehova ma, onye amara, onye ngọzi, onye amara mee, onye amara n'ịbụ onye ngọzi, onye amara mee, onye amara, onye ngọzi, chi anyị bakwa akwụrụ, onye amara n'ịbụ onye ngọzi, chi anyị bakwa akwụrụ, onye amara, onye ngọzi, obulu isi melu, onye amara n'ịbụ onye ngọzi, onye na-eme mma, onye amara, onye ngọzi, onye mbụ n'obi m, onye amara n'ịbụ onye ngọzi, onye mbụ mbọ na-agụ m, onye amara, onye ngọzi, onye mbụ mbọ na-agụ m, onye amara bụ onye ngọzi, onye ọlụ ike, onye amara, onye ngọzi, Alfa, naanị gị bụ Omega, naanị gị beside thee there is no other God. Igbo bụ Igbo, Igbo bụ Igbo, birikwenụ, ụtụtụ ọma, ehihie ọma, mgbede ọma, depending your time zone. Anyị ya dịka echi, maka na echi adịghị agwụ agwụ ka anyị na-agwa ya, ọ bụ na isonye. What are you waiting for? Click the like button, subscribe, comment, share. If anyị na-ekwu na nke ikpeazụ oyi elu oyi. If you are just coming across our channel for the very first time, you are welcome. This is Kelenna TV. We are live and we are direct, bringing you the gospel of redemption on your doorstep. If I am a common sense, the reason I'm running a marathon. I'm if I can't gas school. I just want to make common sense as always. Ben you no yen amaka mele esto beno amaka mele all of us of truth. Amaka mele all supporters of truth. Anyị jebe anyị jejeru anyị naba ya narụ ụbọchị njọ ụkwụ ama mpa abụọ anyị ama. We are back here again and we must continue and we must thank God for God. Manas na nwere ife mmerụ edeji wee bee nwee. That is what you see happening today is how God wants it. The way isi wee fụ ka isi apụta. That is how the occasion demand. Or that is what the occasion demand. That is how God predestined it. You get it? And ọkammanụ Chukwu si emere onwe ya ife site n'ọnụ independent medias ka m na-agwa gị. O nwere ife m ga-agbaịrị gị. Ekwesịrị m isi ebe a wee bido, mana enwere reason m ji eji esi ebe a bido so that ka ị nwee ike ịghọta what is going on. Please do well and touch the like button. I am a content creator, political analyst, a preacher of the gospel of redemption, asking God the anointing to preach this very gospel. And I am with consequences when men deliberately undermine the truth. I am with heavenly immigration border control, the one he, God, is presiding. Depopulating their population is a task that is ongoing. I played it before when we were live, like the other of my channel, and I will play it again and play another to you. It make sense to you. Before I agazie, now the reason why Mazi Ekpa ji wee bụrụ more Biafra than all these people you see. And the reason why I said that he is equally more Nigeria than many of them. We'll be diving into that happened. Okay, Mazi Ekpa around. Some of it. And I na-enwe olileanya n'oge na-adịghị anya na ọ ga-apụta. And mgbe ahụ o megide pụta, oge ede anyị anya na o nwerezi ife ga-ehold onwe ya captive. Ọ pụtara n'oge a ife ọ ga-abụzi ibe ife a dị n'akwụkwọ nsọ. Lose him and let him go. So we move. We move. Let's listen to this again together. Because actually, take somewhere. Because if I jump only to that place now, some people that do not follow us there, no, it got very difficult to understand. But watch this again.
Men writing books and writing their role in history after people who could have challenged them are dead. Today, I want to talk about one most of those important moments in Nigeria's history, the Aburi Accord. Go on. Ojukwu, and how chance for peace, top officer's child, and one who was once a Nigerian attaché to England. Now, this is one part of history that I've struggled with, looking at it for both ends, both sides of the coin, and everybody having their own history to tell through that moment in time, 3.5 years in Nigerian's history of a gory, deeply painful war and experience, one which some part of the west of Nigeria doesn't really know, because in that time the war was happening and people were being buyed in the eastern region of Nigeria. Other parts of Nigeria were pretty having their life living, celebrating, nothing was really happening. It was as if nothing was really happening, but there was a war. Nigeria was at war with a region of itself. Come on that journey with me. The Gowon's book. Gowon's book very recently told a part of the story that doesn't seem true, or he chose a style of the story that he thinks he wants to tell the world. But what does his conscience tell him? It's not what we can judge, it's what only God can truly judge. When he turned 80, I was excited when he said he wanted to talk about the history of Nigeria. I looked forward to it, and I was so disappointed because he had nothing to say. In fact, he really never said anything. And that bothered me because it worried me that what exactly are we hiding? What is the truth that these men were hiding? But at the time he turned 80, the man Ojukwu was no more alive to defend himself or even to counter what Gowon was saying. At this junction, I want you to pay close attention to what I'm going to put together and speak to us about. I would like your comments in the comment section because we can dialogue and talk about it. If you think what I've said is different, put it there. Gowon's book, Babangida's book. Your discomfort that Ojukwu is not here to answer them. My own father fought on the Nigerian side. So this is not theory for me. This is family history towards the Aburi. Facts, not myth. I'm not giving you myth, I'm giving you facts. After the January 1966 coup, July counter coup, massacres of Easterners in the north, and mass displacement, Nigeria was at the brink of a collapse. Ojukwu refused to attend any meeting in the north or west because he believed his safety and that of his delegation could not be guaranteed. Aburi was chosen as a neutral ground for discussion. Who was there? Gowon, the head of state then, Ojukwu, Eastern Region, other regional military governors, service chiefs, IG of police, chaired by Ghana's Lieutenant General Ankara. Okay, power of the federal military government to rest in the Supreme Military Council with decision requiring concurrences of the military governors. No use of force to resolve the crisis. Reorganization of the armed forces, regional controls of troops, and more autonomy for regions, essentially a Confederate tilt. That was what they were pursuing. Aburi was not just a meeting, it was the last serious attempt to keep Nigeria together by the decentralizing power and rebuilding trust. In his book, Gowon said that he was mad with fever when he got to the Aburi. So he's saying to us that he must have been very sick. And so whatever he signed, his eyes was not clear enough to see it. Does that sound like a cap? It deeply sounds like a cap. And it deeply feels like an abuse and a slap on a region of people. What I feel would have come through would have been an explanation in empathy, an apology to actually say that, look, that was the time when we were young men and we took decisions best known to us, saying that we were trying to safeguard the sanctity and the unity of a country. But of course, we had a part of the region that was internally displaced and severely bruised. But of course, he's telling us that that word he said by the 1970 to 1971, no vanquish, no victory, no vanquish, or no victory, no victor. He's trying to say to us that that was a statement of joke. Let us try to complete this and see. After the Aburi, Lagos officials and permanent secretaries reviewed the resolution and argued that implementing them fully would paralyze the federal government and turn Nigeria into a loose confederation. Do you see what these guys were all about? Gowan's government later issued decree number 8, which Ojukwu and many Easterners believed watered down the spirit of Abure and re-centralized key powers. So it's all about fear, it's all about ego, it's all about what they wanted, what the North wanted, what the powers that were running Lagos as the state capital at that time really wanted, and the idea that they looked at what they had signed in Abure and how dangerous that could be for their interest. Remember in one of my videos, I said this political elite, it's all about interest. Whether they're wearing uniforms or they pull the uniforms and become head of state into presidency, democratically elected, which we know is never election, it's selection in Nigeria, right? It is all about their interest. To me, Aburi failed not because the words were nuclear, but because the trust was already broken. Ojukwu believed Aburi meant real autonomy. Gowan's team, under pressure from civil servants and power interest in Lagos, pulled back. And when leaders reinterpreted peace agreement after leaving the room, war is not far behind. The Gowan, the Babangida story, half of a history. This is my writing. Watch with me. Gowan and other northerners, central figures, have over the years given their own accounts. For me, wish it away. Interviews, speeches, now books, framing Aburi as either misunderstood or impractical. That's how they framed it today, because he is now the next person writing his own book. Ojukwu, who published his own side earlier and spoke extensively, is now dead. New books can't be directly challenged by him. Of course, Babangida, of course, waited. In my opinion, these men are smart by heart because history has a very good way of dealing with them. There's something deeply unfair about men who held power, who refused certain compromises, now writing books decades later to explain themselves when the man on the other side of the table is no longer alive to answer them. That is not history. That, for me, is editing history. My father fought on the Nigerian side. He believed he was fighting for one Nigeria, of course, as a military man. But even he would admit, if we are going to tell this story, we must tell it in full. And you know why? When I say my father fought on the side of the army, my father was in pay and records, which is now called finance corps. So not the battlefront, whatever side of the coin you will turn it, but the pay and records, they that pay the soldiers in the war front. And my father said something very clearly. He said the military will destroy Nigeria. And we saw it decades down the line. We're seeing it today as it's playing. Military men who turned and pulled their uniforms into civilians, and their civilian cronies and counterparts are the ones with their hands destroying Nigeria. Let's wrap this up. For me, a true statesman like General Gowan would not just write a book. He would also look the Igbo people in the eye and say, we failed you. We did not protect you. We did not honor Abure, and we are sorry. This is what we demand of Gowon. Please ensure that this video goes viral. This is what we demand of Gowon. Not to just write a book, but to say that they failed the Eastern region. To say that they did not protect the little young Igbo child that was thrown to war. The Igbo pregnant woman that was split in the middle. And to honor the apology, to honor the Abure Accord, and to say deeply that he's sorry. Not tell us today that the guns were not shot at people. They were shot at palm front. To me, it's deep saddening. It's shameful. It tells you that the Nigerian state reflects the abuse of these leaders who have become old men. The ignorance of these leaders who have become old men. The decadent, the wicked hearts of these leaders who have become old men. And of course, the only person that they answer to is the Creator. Abure was not a misunderstanding. It was a promise that was later edited in Lagos. When leaders sign peace abroad and rewrite it at home, war is not an accident. It is the consequence. My writing. History is now being written by men who had power and survived it, while the men who opposed them no longer are here to answer it. That is not balance. Again, I would say my father fought for one Nigeria, but one Nigeria without truth is just geography. It's not justice. The Igbo people did not just wake up and ask for Biafra. They watched promises like Abure die in slow motion. A real leader does not use a book to raise money from the pain he never fully acknowledged. If Nigeria wants healing, it needs less revisions and more repentance. I will wrap it up. How to keep empathy. This is the solution. For me, I feel that we need leaders who will come out, who are still alive. The Babangidas of this world, the Gowons of this world, the Obasanjos of this world. I know Obasanjo is working very hard to see that the Igbos come to the center. But you see the remaining two, we make a demand that they acknowledge what happened and truly and deeply apologize for what happened. Not because the army doesn't have a code. I believe strongly that the army has a code, but because we are a people. And in order for us to go from the aesthetics of just saying that we are one people, we leave it in real form and in truth, then we can hand over in Nigeria that is equitable, that is just, that is fair, and that is balanced. I wrap by saying, all of this, as someone whose own father wore the Nigerian uniform during the war, I honor his service. I honor the dead of all the sides. But honoring them means telling the truth. Abure was a chance for peace. It was not honored. And millions paid the price. If we are going to write books today, let them not just defend our decisions, let them also admit our failures. Because without that, the Igbo people and many other peoples will always feel that their own pain was edited out of the Nigerian story. We saw it in Babangida's book. We are seeing it in Gowon's book. I stand as one who is a tribal defender. I defend all the tribes. Hello, Nigerians.
Right. Imana, before I have it, I would say that I'm going to begin from here. I would say that maybe there, but the reason in the because of this video that I will play now. Here we go history. And they are now pushing another narrative. And the fact okay, where that narrative and I push. Let me look for it. One, two, three, four. Now come and listen to this. With this one now, you get with a balance. You get with a balance. You got the reason I played that one that I just played now. Now listen.
Few days after this man published his book, BBC is set to release a documentary. Is it a coincidence? No, it is not a coincidence. It is scripted. Yes, it is scripted. Okay, now, the problem I have now, if maybe it was going to be Netflix, that will be premium.
Few days, what you were releasing the book. BBC, release documentary. And that documentary BBC got able to back up this thing. Go on. Then you should know better. Who is a British BBC? Gaziente. And actually push another narrative.
Premiering it or any other distant, fine, I'm okay. Okay, but the fact that it is BBC that will be premiering this film or movie or whatever, I have a problem with that. Because BBC lacks the morality. They lack the morality to do that. Because they were the ones that suppressed the news of Biafra genocide during the 1966-1970 British-sponsored war. BBC was the one who refused to let the world know the truth about what was happening in Biafra land, in Igbo land.
Manawoke release his book. BBC Amabta to release a documentary. Can we keep balance another narrative can they push? Mana the truth of the matter and they my into siade now. Manto siade. That they are not shouting Biafra now does not mean that they don't know about Biafra or they are not in support. They are not shouting USB to declare now does not mean na farmer game and actually play. And thank God for social media again.
Land in 1967 to 1970. So they lack the morality to publish a movie or a film that has to do with the Igbos or that has to do with Biafrans. They lack that morality. They lack that ability to tell our own story. It is wrong. They lack the ability to do so and the morality to do so. Why the British sponsored that war? Because they made sure that that war was inevitable because of their interest in Igbo's oil, because of their interest in Biafra's oil.
Join with the video that I played. Okay, that was why I played that video. Because if I just play only this one, you may not. Some people that did not follow us, now that the other program, may not understand it. But now, you can understand it.
The Britain made sure that that war was inevitable. And the BBC was used to conceal truth, to ensure that the people, the world, those who were willing to support, they don't come in. They were able to sell it to the world that the Igbos were the cause of the problem.
Okay.
Or that what the Igbos were going through or the Biafrans were going through, that they deserve it. It was BBC that was used to peddle this. It was BBC that was used for all this propaganda and lies, all this hate. So BBC premiering a Biafra movie few days after Gowon published a book is a scripted and a doctored account.
Okay.
and coupled to the fact that a Yoruba man is the one that directed it. And of course, we know that they have been the one pushing the narrative about this war, pinning it on the Igbos and the circumstances that led to the war.
And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu nọ n'ime maka Biafra. Mazi Ekpa nọ n'ime maka Biafra. Dr. Ngozi Arabeze a na-achụ ya maka Biafra. O release book. BBC are ready to release documentary. And don't forget, Niwero history. So they are trying to present to you a history. If you go say that.
Or even the coup, it has been the Yorubas. So at this point, that movie has to be boycotted.
Okay.
Every Igbo, every Biafran, every lover of good, every person of goodwill have to boycott that documentary by BBC.
Okay.
All the atrocities that Britain has committed in Nigeria, in Igbo land, in Africa, they have not paid for it. They have not apologized for it. In 1967, Francis Akanebian, who happened to be a medical, he was a medical doctor and also a missionary. Okay, he was a knight. He returned. He renounced his knightship. He returned it to the Britain as a form of protest.
Okay.
Against Britain for sponsoring Nigeria in the genocidal war against the Igbos. In 1968, one of the greatest boxing champions of all times, Dick Tiger, known as Dick Tiger, Richard Ihetu, in 1968 May, returned his medal as the commander of the Order of the British Empire. He returned it in 1968 as a form of protest against the British for sponsoring Nigeria in the war.
He returned it. And the Kedife Mazi Ekpa equally returned his. Mazi Ekpa equally returned his. Let's continue.
In May 29, 1969, a young man called Bruce Mayrock bent himself in New York, in UN, United Nations building.
Okay.
In front of UN building in New York. As a
price some of these gangsters that is after money can never pay. Price on your pay. These gangsters that is all after money, they cannot pay that price. Again,
as a form of protest against the genocide, against the Igbo genocide, against the Biafra genocide. So after all these things, BBC, who concealed all the information, who refused to tell the world the truth, exactly, has come out to say they want to publish a documentary of Biafra. You don't have that right. You lack the morality. There is no, so far, there is no reparation, no compensation, no apology for the genocide that was committed against the Igbos, and you want to publish a documentary for us. And a Yoruba man was the person who possibly directed it just to suit the Gowon's narrative that he was asked to publish. Just to cue with the Gowon's narrative. You guys are sick. You see all this indoctrination and all these lies, all this thing, it is in the past. We will no longer allow it. We cannot allow you to indoctrinate our children again. We cannot allow you to tell them lies again. We cannot allow you to deceive them again. We'll tell our own stories, our own self. Because the animals now has their historians.
We are already telling the stories. Gowon wrote a book. Ojukwu video is everywhere. Gowon wrote a book. BBC now want to release a movie. Movie are directly with the book. Can we suit the narrative? But truth of Ojukwu Kadina video to date.
So the hunting story will not always justify the hunters again, because the animals now has their historians. Trust me. So we'll tell our children, we'll tell them they will have to learn about it. We will teach them. We will teach them, because the atrocities that Britain has committed on African soil, till date, they have not paid for it. And there is no apology they have tendered for it. So we must boycott that movie that BBC says they will be publishing on the 1st of June. They said they will be publishing it on the 1st of June. We must all boycott it. If you get...
If I publish here, if I watch only truth stand forever. He has no video. He wrote a book. BBC now want to back that book up with video. Now, let me show you another thing. Also now, Wana Katanga. Here is Sheikh Gumi. Sheikh Gumi went to Saudi Arabia and they deported him back to Obodo. Onye se na ife ọma andro mma tinkatie. Here is Sheikh Gumi. Other than Saudi, over everything the mma. Other than Saudi tea and all the over. Buchigayo Obodo. Then the question now is, or should be, Kedinde Bondi Saudi? Kedinde Bondi Saudi? That is the question. You know, I said before, na Ibu Anwezi, Jinaduru no, Abara no, Obi Joseph no, Ifanye Hirimu no, JJ, Kevin no. Imone Gurme before, like it is not just enough. Ibu Efi Ekobe Nozo. Kedinde bo Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia bokwa ndi isi ane. And the worker bokwa ndi isi ane. And they look alike. Ofodi dressing. Ofodi ahonu. Different skin. And the mother drag in what you can say no ofu very cheap. Genchika, no rien. Mother drag in what you can say no ofu very cheap. Man, the question now is, over no ofu very cheap. Kedizi feji we bunayo Obodo Bongo. Other no double. I don't know back. Reality. Reality bona ake ya the rocha. No na kwado ndị a na-akpọ bandit. No na kwado ndị a na-akpọ terrorist. Mba ụwa Saudi Arabia amarago na nwoke a dị njọ. Some ndị be anyị na-achọ ipuch narrative na ife niile na-eme na anịbe anyị that it has nothing to do with ndị mwakpo. No, everything by our own people. Mana ndị ọcha, ndị Saudi Arabia ebuchiga na ọnya Obodo Bongo because na fa nọ n'obodo fa, but they are not comfortable with the way nwoke a ji eme operate. Mana ọ nwere ndị be anyị they comfortable with it. Na Saudi Arabia ndị isi anị ebulu n'ọnya buchiga ya Obodo Bongo. Oh ya bụ ihe anyị na-agwa gị before na under this one bongo bụ ife ndị a na-abata ji abata. Ọkwa ifuru ihe a na-akpọ sovereign nation. Ọ dara na n'ọdụ ụgbọ. Fast forward ozugbo, see from here, go back. If I be fair game ọtụtụ Bongorians n'oge na-adịghị anya, don't even say na emere ya because no Chegumi. They know already na mgbe ọ bụ na Chegumi abatanwụrọ, na mgbe ọ bụ na fast stọpụrụ Chegumi n'ọdụ ụgbọ, they know already na ọ bụrụ na ọ nwere bad intention, emi nnọọ rie nne Chegumi ọ nọ nwere ọjọbọ ọ chọrọ ịrụ na befa, famarago now na Chegumi ga-eziterịrị another Bongorian. Then what will happen? Anyafa ga-adị very, very open to every Bongorian now. Anyafa ga-adị na every Bongorian. Every Bongorian ọbụla dara n'ọdụ ụgbọ a ga-edebe ya by the side. A ga-agbụ ya ajụjụ nta ọnụ. A ga-enyocha ya enyocha. And onye Bongo a nwere ike, it has no connection with nwoke a. Mana because ha ebuchiga na nwoke a, they now know na nwoke a nwee ife ọjọọ chọrọ ebe ịrụ na befa na ọ ga-ezi nwa another person. So they are now going to be more careful to Bongorians. Mana o nwere ndị nọ na ebe anyị asị abataba na ọ bụrụ ọhụrụ na-eme anyị ife a, na o nwere ndị na-eme anyị ife a na ụmụnne anyị. In Afugwechi, look at him explaining what transpired. Onye a na-edifend ndị bụ egbe korokoro na-eburu bongo na-anarofe ego na-agbagbu bongo, ọ na-edifend fa n'iru akwụkwọ. Na ya ama their pain, na ya ama what they are going through, but ndị be anyị do not know our pain. Our own people, they don't know what we are going through. In fact, some of them can even say, nah, this is Biafra self. Oh, what is that? He said that he knows the pain of his brothers. A junior, ndị ọ na-akpọ his brothers, ọ ga-aṅụnwu iyi na that they are all Bongorians. Ọ ga-aṅụnwu ya, mana they hide under ugwu Fulani were ya nabata. Watch. Ife abụ nderi o. Ife abụ nderi na ebe o si na poverty capital. Were fụ ego o ji gba tiketi were jebe Saudi. Na ebe o si. Seeing this alone is enough. Any reasonable country ọbụla any Bongorian dara sibuchiga ya azụ. Mazi Banjoko kwuru ya that they will be exporting ndị ogbu mmadụ n'oge na-adịghị anya.
So I'm here to explain to you that I have no any association, I don't have any hand, I don't do anything to encourage or to promote insecurity in Nigeria.
Yeah.
But on the contrary, I'm a peaceful citizen who loves his country more than anything.
Peaceful citizen who loves his country more than any other thing. Ebuchiga anya na obodo ahụ ọ lọbụrụ. Obodo ahụ ọ lọbụrụ ntụ o siri maa mma na like ya. Even ya nwa na onwe ya ama that what is happening, that he cannot stop it. Oh my. Na o nwere ife ga-eme ka ọ stop nwee. Ka ndị ọ ga-stop. Ka ọ ndị nọ na Benue, ka ọ ndị nọ na Southern Kaduna, ka ọ bụ ndị nọ na Maduguri, kedu ka ọ bụ ndị nọ na Kwara, ka ọ ndị nọ na Niger Delta, Benin, Owerri, Anambra, Enugu, Ebonyi. Ka ndị ọ ga-stop dị nwa.
Anything, and that's why I felt it's a duty for me to take along with me the government to go and see these people that are causing insecurity. And
he take along the government ka ọ gafe ndị a na-cause insecurity. O kwuru ekwu, he take the government along. How many people have taken any government along? They sold ESN to Southeast governors. If you're on the some people are boss. I don't care when Saudi ebuchiga.
listen to their grievances. After listening to their grievances,
he take the government along to Ebepano to listen to their grievances. If a be with her, Faji baby see obodo. Mmadụ na ebe job nke if a be with. Even we are even begging. I am open for discussion. Even Dr. Ngozi Odabeze, that is begging now. We are open for discussion. That is how heartless in this youth. The people that is begging that now be open for discussion. Now, what are you? Can we please talk? The same thing Ojuku did. Can we please go to Aburi? Let us talk. Into a game go for the next generation. Nobody send the message. We are open for talk. Nobody is coming. We are open for discussion. Nobody is looking your way. Manon Merendi God open for discussion. This one is begging them to talk. This one is making sure that government they don't want to talk, but he want to make sure that they talk.
up to today, I have not seen one step taken towards alleviating the grievances except
Up to today, the first step government make to make sure they meet the demand of India. Ndị nke be afa onye rigoro ya n'ọchịchị o chefuo onye nọrọ ha na seat of power ọ sịghị na we are formidable ịma nọ criminals ndị ori we are formidable ịtụta ego ya orie dị mmanụ Sunday daalụ ịtụta ego ya orie dị mmanụ the only thing ọ ya abaghị we are formidable ihe a na-eji eme ite ihe a bụ ndị bụ ezigbo mmachi nọ and he is worried because ọ ka nwere any step ọ bụla etekere and ndị be anyị keep quiet as if nothing is happening.
the kinetic approach. I've discussed with many military officers, all of them saying the kinetic approach is just about 25% of solving such kind of conflicts. Arabia, after full investigation, found me not wanting. After Saudi Arabia, Saudi investigation, the authorities exonerated me of all allegations.
Exonerated you?
And allowed me to finish my PhD in Islamic jurisprudence. After securing a valid Hajj visa from Saudi Arabian consulate in Abuja,
okay.
On reaching Medina Airport, my name did not appear on the computer of the immigration department.
Afia butara na computer. Afia butara. Oh, ha nyere ọnọdụ. Oru ebe afia butara. Adọikwe ya n'ụgbọ.
After many search to see reasons, they said my name is not in the list of those wanted. My name is not everywhere, but they don't know why my visa is not there. So they said I have to return back home.
I send the guy back home. Come back, enjoy your obodo Bongia. Come make ya chọ na ọ na-epuch na gọọmenti ga-enekwasa ndị ọ na-ekwuchitere ọnụ fa anya. Ọ bụrụ na afịa ka ezi onye na-ekwuru gị ọnụ gị ife a bụ ajụjụ ị ga-ajụ onwe gị ka onye na-ekwuru gị ọnụ gị ọ ya wetara some people ji ama na keesi nke anyị dị iche fa na-ekwu ihe a na-ekwu mgbe ụfọdụ ahụ just delude them. Keesi nke anyị dị iche enwere onye na-ekwuru anyị ọnụ anyị so ime ọ nwere ife dị n'ụwa isi na poor family pụta gbagote bịa mara ife na-agba mbọ ị na-agba mbọ ị ya adị ezigbo mean ị na-agba mbọ na-achụ ego ị ga-adị mean na-achụ ego. The reason why ị ga-eji adị mean na-achụ ego with every sincerity and every carefulness wee na-achụ the money bụ na ịma na onwe nke ị chụtara ma ọ pụọ gị n'aka No one anybody over that can help you. So okay, make it go over and chopper just say ke. Ina atu die go with iwe ije na atu. Mgbe ha bụ na anyị na anyị dị nwa very poor. Nobody can speak for us. Nobody can help us. Ọ kwesịrị anyị na-achụzi ife anyị na-achụ. Anyị na-achụ ya kwechiri. Mana no. Anyị na-achụ ya na-ajagasị eze. Anyị na-achụ ya having fun. Anyị na-achụ ya running propaganda with it against our own. Anyị na-achụ ya some people na-achụ ya turn ya into esi eme ka ego. Anyị aka amara ife anyị nọ n'ime ya. Anyị aka amara. Come and listen to this. Ebuchigani azụ, he should come and enjoy the bongo and enjoy those he is advocating for. Na-ejenye ndị ife n'ụdị adịrọ. Come and listen to Rufai Oseni. Rufai Oseni a ọkwa onye ebe ka ọ bụ dị official nnọọ rie nne. Rufai Oseni a onye ebe ka ọ bụ onye ugwu dị afọ ya asandụrụ ka ugwu. Egbu onye ya mma mmiri ala efuole rie ya gbagara otele. Now this Rufai Oseni onye ugwu dị Rufai Oseni, okay, Yoruba. Rufai Oseni, Yoruba. Okay. Now come and listen to Rufai Oseni. Ọ bụ na onye a ntụ o si ekwu okwu nwere onwe ghọta nwere onwe. Is it not better for me to have Rufai Oseni as nwanne m? Obisie ndụ nwa anya worship ya as ancestor. Ọ ka dị mma karịa na anyị nwere the likes of this one now. Listen.
Please, with due respect, Mr. Mayi can support Tinubu any way he wants to support. But I think it's a stretch on the over 3 million people.
Mr. Umahi. Ọ ka dị mma na ị nwere onye a as nwanne. Because now there is human in him. That makes him human. Karịa nwere somebody like Umahi as nwanne. Ịmụ na o nwere ife dị n'ụwa. Some people put say our ancestors enwere ndị ezigbo mmadụ. Now Nelson Mandela mgbe ọbụla a chọrọ ikwu okwu eyuzuo Nelson Mandela. Ọ bụ ịma na ọ bụ honor ka a na-enye ya mgbe honor na-enye ya maka ife o mere. Even some people who freedom fighters, they will be like, I want to make them like Nelson Mandela. That is honor. So listen to him. Umahi said, "Yeah, when they Biafra kia." Then you no, Henry no, Echelon no, Obum no. Umahi is there for his own Biafra in Tunumbu. So Umahi knows Biafra. Biafra. And somebody can equally tell Umahi, since that you have seen your own Biafra in Tunumbu, no one in the church Biafra that will benefit the next generation. Because the Biafra that he saw or he is enjoying now in Tunumbu is his own family's Biafra, his friends and the political class Biafra. Then when they know the natural Biafra for the next and the future generation. Listen to him.
That died, the children that were kwashokored, the people that...
These are red caps on the... And what would these use lying for? That is the abomination I got for on there. These are our elders. The Oracho Teles.
That were pained, the 10,000 people that were dying of famine on a daily basis, to now say President Tinubu is the Biafra they are looking for.
No, he says he's the Messiah of Biafra.
He's the Messiah of
Messiah of Biafra. Hey, Anyafuna Okotoriba. Nelly no. Wouldn't know. Ayafuna Yekanya. Messiah of Biafra. Like Genesi. Yeah? Messiah. Child. N'ife ndị be anyị nwụrụ maka na ọ bụ minista of works maka na na-ebute ego na-ebu ihe ọ na-arụ iro. He is now enjoying his Biafra. Tomorrow mgbe aka na-abụghị onye ofu aka na oyibe didn't make this thing because I am Igbo man. Tomorrow now, I can have the reason why they are doing me this thing is because I'm Igbo. It is not good though. This country should be fair to some of us, like one that is crying. I am not a thief. Okay, let not TV be a thief. Mama, I'm not a thief. You see, this country should be fair to everybody. I'm not a thief. Tomorrow, I can have a go for I can have. He will not remember because of because of his own personal gain and interest. Okporo ihe banyere Igbo Biafra. Okporo ihe banyere Biafra kpọkawa ya maka na emere ya minista maka na ọ na-arụ iro. Upon no na-arụ sorry. Maka na ọ na-arụ iro. Listen.
Biafra, whatever I say.
Inclusion, development,
no,
progress, development.
Inclusion. Inclusion, development, inclusion. Where is the development? Where is the development? Where is the rule of law? The social amenities, where are they? In development, inclusion. Ebe Saudi Arabia na reject onye nke a na-agbaga na ụmụ ekwu nwere okwu Biafra. I'm here, it's okay. I am the minister. This is the Biafra we are looking for. He's okay with it. Ebe onye ọzọ na-ekwu na ya na-ekwu maka interest of ndị na-ebu egbe na-emebisi ife. Na ya na-akpọrọ gọọmenti jee ka aga mara ihe bụ the anger the reason ndị a ji eme ife a. Emegidekwa sef na kpọfa prodigal son. So that ka obi dịkwa fa mma. Emegidekwana na-enyefe amnesty ka obi were dịfa fa mma. Yet obi adịghị ọfa mma. Onye nke a sị na for the fact na ya abụrụgo minista no more na ya afụgole Biafra na-achọ. So ọ ma bụ na-achọ Biafra. Ka ezi ife o mere to ndị a nwụrụ ọnwụ maka Biafra. So some people actually wanna maka that Biafra so that he will become a minister. Ike. Ife abụ ihe onye Yoruba na-ekwu. Ọ fụgo his own Biafra. Ihe abụ ihe onye Yoruba na-ekwu.
He should have just kept Biafra out of it. He can hype Tinubu all he wants.
You can hype him. Must you always drag our collective interest to your own personal political gain? Must you always drag Biafra? We are just helpless. We are not formidable. Must you always drag Biafra to it? Can't you just go there personally, do your thing? Why? We are too weak. We are praise singers. We are too weak. We too make mouth. I have seen that Biafra we are looking for. Now I am seeing the Biafra. We are too weak. Can't he praise the man who made a minister? Must he drag all and everywhere they work. Why are you not quiet? Haven't you? The minister said that we are now seeing Biafra. We are now enjoying. Must you drag? If I had desire, must you always drag it to your own personal political gain? Must you? Child.
But Biafra is a sore point for Igbo people. I have friends that were child soldiers during the war. Please, let's not go there. It's a sorry part. A lot of them are still angry with General Gowon and what he wrote in the book. And the book he recently released.
Most of those people have not read the book.
No, they have read the book.
Where did they get a copy?
No, they have read the book. And a lot of them are still feeling very hard done. And these are witnesses to history. It didn't happen behind them. I'm saying child soldiers. People that...
Witnesses to history. Witnesses. Witnesses to history. Witnesses to history. Witnesses to history. Go on and say about to the one on neck ya front. Everybody get a banket. Witnesses to history. Okay, my go on. I plan on there with Britain at their BBC. But they want nonsense or they now push where they now want to back it up with video. Never now where now why for almost 3 years. And all in gas and they have to go to Biafra. And you watch these things is happening the same time. All these things are never forget. It is now this video. Only gas and Biafra and this thing is happening the same time. Mazi Biafra. Mazi Nam can only Makata Biafra. Getting them Britain. Getting them BBC. Why are we not seeing this conspiracy? And we are buying onye na-ekwuru ndị ọnụ fa eje na Saudi Arabia ebefa the worst part of it bụ na ngị nwande na-ekwu iri ndene ngị na fa adịghị ebe ofe okpukperechi ngị na fa nọ n'ofe okpukperechi ndị fa na fa na-ekpe okpukperechi achụchiga anụ ya azụ si ya na obodo obodo na fa ma nkwe ka ọ bata befa mana ngị na ya nwere anything in common ngị wasị m na-arapụ ya na ọ bụ fa na-eme fa on the by the Igbo Saputua. Must they always drag our collective interest to their personal gain? I have seen Biafra we have been looking for. One man, one vote. And the man of the awesome nine is formidable. One nine formidable. Very fine. These are praise singers. Praise singers. Oh yeah, with the that they are underground working for the past 5 years. You believe it? You are just praise singers. You are just praise singers. That is why you see people fighting and the leadership. Praise singers. Praise singers that choose to sing praise for the sake of praise instead of facing the reality. Praise singers to organization. Emotional people. Praise singers. Because he was made because not a minister. I was saying now we have seen Biafra. Everybody should forget about it and go in. You are enjoying with your family. Am I enjoying? Am I okay? Am I comfortable? Or make him a minister? Can even your ministerial position will to do with me? Yeah? Ose ni gwa bodi ani sinisi e watana na nke buru minister na arapo ndị ọzọ in peace ka ndị a chọba ni way watakwa ndị own mba all of them must submit to your foot because name minister ekele kwa mon ndị Igbo
that went through the pain. And
Like
I think
Mr. Sonny Roche.
it is very sad. No, I'm not talking about Sonny Roche. So you don't even know
was a child soldier.
No, so you don't even know who I was talking about. So that was somebody else. It's not even Sonny Roche. So I think it is very despicable and sad for us just to mitigate the plight of Biafra and what happened.
Time. Onye anwa tomorrow now. Or you have to worship as an ancestor. You worship with the other look. Yeah? Ndị a chọrọ ka anyị gachigaba. Ihe na-agwa ụlọ reality ka m na-eme. Onye anwụọ tomorrow na obisie ndụ ya nwụọ. Ị ga-agwa nwa gị na onye abụ ancestor kwesịrị nwere mmụọ ọma enyi. Ị ga-agwa ya na onye abụ ancestor na o nwere mmụọ ọma ebe ọ bụla efere ya worship wee. Mana onye nke anyị that is evil and demonic. Rapịala a useless ancestor. E nwere useless ancestors. Na mmadụ nwụrụ anwụ does not mean na just like ntu esi ekwu ya, even the food get old. Ụmụ idiots a fa na-egro kwa old kakwa nka nwụkwa bụrụkwa ancestor kwa. Ị na-afụ ihe anyị na-afụ na Biafra ahụ anyị na-achọ na anyị afụle because of ofu mgbawa iro. Information have it na nke ha na-arụ na side Asaba. A friend of mine was traveling and the thing egbu oge. Asị na nke a na-arụ ebe a na-arụ ọnya gbam bịa for everything. In fact, na moto adị ozi. And I heard that people are murmuring, some motorists na complain. Sị na kama ibidokwa na ego eji wee rụọ iro a gbam bịa ya halfway. Na ọkara ịka mma na-ejiri that money target ya places the bad. Where the money fees ya places the bad. Rapu kene ndị guard that bad. Na ọ ga-aka mma. Mana fa ma mmịa ntu a fa ga-ala ike ikwete na fa ga-ebido n'isi ọgụdị ya ruo n'isi. Ka enwee ike ibute the money one time. Election na-abịa. Mana ikwu ha no maintenance. Obodo ji maintain n'ibe iro nke arụrụ arụ na-eji ebido another one to equally abandon it as an abandoned project. Tochi Ugochukwu nnọọ. Oliver nnọọ. Ihe anyị ji egwu ya na-abụ ka uche gị dịkwa ya ka ị marakwa ancestors nke ị na-akpọ.
There. And you see, Hoji, we have never taken our time to review what happened in Biafra. Atonement for Biafra.
No, he have seen it. Onye Yoruba na-agwa gị na ewepụtara time ka a chọpụta ihe mere na Biafra. Onye Igbo a na-agwa gị nke don't worry na ya afụle Biafra. Why o ji egwu ya? Maka na emeela ya minista. Na-arapụ Biafra no concern you. I have seen it. I have seen my Biafra here. Everybody should go. This is the Biafra here. Ọ na-aga there very well because minister ka ọ bụ na Tinubu's government. He is guiding our Biafra there. Ịpụta isi m na-ede formidable. Nne ka igbu onwe anyị ka anyị nwere power. Ebe strength anyị debe igbu onwe anyị. Ntu onye nke a si wepụta na awụrụ ọnụ. Destroy ya Igbo bụ Igbo. Na ife ndị be anyị na-ebere akwa. Na ya afụla Biafra ya. Bala ụmụ ịnyamịrị ajọka. Ụmụ ịnyamịrị. Obi adịrị ụmụ ịnyamịrị mma. Ana eziziri. If you know onye nwa ama ife, ịma na complete oluku. Ego a na-achụ nwa kedu ebe eji eje. Why na praise this man and the Rapu Kene Biafra aka? Why na praise this man as Ogage? It is normal. Ni praise Ogage, we will understand that. No, we don't cross Biafra do here. But that I do not understand. That is to say, men were Biafra and then they will re-Biafra. That will benefit everybody. They must continue. You get one that have claimed the name for your own Biafra, enjoy it. Yes.
Biafra is just more than no victor, no vanquish. It is deeper than that. Atonement is not in political rhetorics and political positions here and there. No. Just after the war, We had what's it called, the top political parties ceding their vice presidential position to somebody from the southeast. We all know how what's it called, Alex Ekweme, prominent architect, became the vice president of Nigeria. But that's not atonement.
He have won all the Oluku actually just make him minister. This is how they are. This is why they can easily deliver their village to bandits. Ebe na-egbu mmadụ na everywhere n'obodo Bongo. Ọ sị gị na ya go his Biafra. Ọ bụ ewere village ya hand ya over to ndị ugwu ọbịa ka ọ ji aja emeni.
Atonement is a full sense of belonging. And that's why a lot of people are agitating and say, an Igbo presidency might just be a step in the way. So it's a deeper conversation, and let's not mitigate it on the bounds of politics.
And what if you have a very Igbo presidency? Come take it. I'm going to and go away, Hannah, but also Haman, New York. These people enough now. They don't have what it takes. This thing is a very simple thing. You can say that all this current, the reason why I go to Biafra, Bona, I know we are no all this political class, I know we are no go. In fact, I am not a and then I have not a year. I want to buy an another presidency no go can do more than the other. One now, I go to Biafra. Yeah, maybe patapati. One negative the hand is you ever on the wall, or video on a tank. It doesn't get the only he had another example on your Banaburu president. Our president only can focus on his region, develop his region. Or one called after 8 years or it will. A drag, another region, or on your hair, I can put in the north. That or Odozie Befa. Another region I drag. Oh, if I carry the name, the reason why you go in Abana, on the Maya, our politicians are not near an oko. I am not I am a I am not I am we know fit. Not top. That is not center. Nobody bongo. I am last. Those that is representing us are far last. On I am fair. Don't have any Maya fair. The only onye we got woku at the 1 hour or gagent, born you wouldn't the ane ebu. When over no born you wouldn't there when they hana na Zobia not up near ballot boss. You do ever not go freedom all the person about it. Because someone the next into a one stone on if support Siani na bundi diogo. You don't know freedom. They can't listen to you because Hamana or Danog. Now once you the allotea Fanche kuchini obodo Bongo Zobia Manasa didn't carry what on your line and it was saying as a try. Or where I do with that kind of word. That is the truth. Over and the political class I in a jet, Sotania in a center. Now I ain't gonna put na Jesotia. You were here. Tinyomun 9 in an hour, shoot 10 dollars. After 4 years, 8 years, young Garandozo. Manaya not an year now. A mega minister, I say, oh, we have seen Biafra, forget about Biafra. I am now minister. Jagabana, Omonoya Korea, you have been a Pugare. Ubi cannot Banambo, Jagabana, Jaba, Natochi. So Yakai do Velesian, or would the only option. And the only option I have, you brewery now. Tinyakuya. Ndị si gana ha dị formidable ndị nke a sị gana ọ bụ TOS ndị nke a sị gana ọ bụrụ na ọ bụ maazị Nnamdị Kanụ ya bụla ndị emeriri emeri ịnọ ife ike a na-eme gị na-ebe akwa iwere mere ebe ịnọ onye ndu spring commander ọ bụrụ na ọ bụ spring commander ịdịbe ready ụbọchị Fulani herdsmen jide gị your eye will clear likewise nnọọ rie nne onye fụrụ na ife a na-eme ya adịrọ mma kama nge nwee ikwechiri onye ọbụla ji eji weta nwere onwe a ji eweta ya iwerezi nna ọ bụrụ na ọ bụ spirit commander ji eweta ya ka ọ ghara ịbịa ibe idiot ibe
policy. You can hype Tinubu, you can say he's your God Almighty, you can lick his foot, you can do anything. But when you start to mention Biafra in that way, it loses me, please.
And officials say nothing. Elections lose credibility. Benjamin Kalu knows what credible elections look like. So, Rufai, why is it presiding over
Do you
this?
take this?
Why?
Do you take what they are doing called election? Is this
What
election
is it?
seriously?
It is not.
The truth is that thank God for somebody like this Rufai or senior. The guy I know the only person I'm from who aburo onye nke ya na ya nọ na-eji ka onye egbe enu gbara onye nke a ekwensu ekwensu nọ na studio ekwensu nọ before camera. Thank God for at least Oseni bụ mmụọ ozi maka chi onye nke a a dark demon from Bongo. Thank God na afụtụ ọchịchịrị afụ ihe ọkwụnwanị na-edi maka ọ bụrụ na nneke this darkness na na studio don nneke ya na church agbasara.
Not election.
Wait, you see.
Like I said the other day, I thought it was a skit.
You know, it's a skit. The funny part for me is now, and I think I want to abuse that narrative here. Please, this is never going to be a pretext for what's going to happen in the next election. Because if they are now saying that if President Tinubu can get 11 million within his own party, that means he can't get anything less than that. That's a bad narrative. That's a pretext for rigging. Anybody that repeats that narrative is part of rigging in this country. That person should be dealt with. These are no elections. We're just checking the number of Iba and I. Are you telling me 91% of registered member in that political? That's why I asked something that question. If 11 million people voted for president, you're saying 90.
All right, please do well and touch the like button. If you join, touch the like button. We are live and we are direct, preaching the gospel of redemption. Kindly touch the like button as we move.
91% turnout. Which election has 91% turnout? In a democracy where we have less than 20% turnout. So anybody that is repeating that narrative that it shows that President Tinubu is not going to get anything less than 1 million votes is part of those rigging in this country. And people like that should be condemned and be abused. Because this is a pretext for rigging in the next election. And INEC, Sean, you know INEC chairman, you have not still independently put yourself forward for independent auditors to forensically look at your own Twitter handle with that case. You know, we are still looking at that matter. These are the things we will say after the election. Secondly, Oji, please, with due respect, Mr. Mayi can support Tinubu any way he wants support. But I think it's a stretch on the over 3 million people that died, the children that were kwashokored, the people that were pained, the 10,000 people that were dying of famine on a daily basis, to now say President Tinubu is the Biafra they are looking for.
No, please. He's the Messiah of Biafra.
He's the Messiah of Biafra, whatever I say.
Inclusion, development,
no, Dr.
progress,
Dr.
development.
He should have just kept Biafra out of it. He can hype Tinubu all he wants.
Inclusion, development, progress, inclusion. Ife eda. Dobra afọ na-akọ. Go na-eji ka onye chile onye.
Once. But Biafra is a sore point for Igbo people. I have friends that were child soldiers during the war. Please, let's not go there. It's a sorry part. A lot of them are still angry with General Gowon and what he wrote in the book.
A lot of them is still angry with Ife edere n'akwụkwọ. BBC abezie ka esimotuzie with documentary onye Yoruba directory. Cement of man. The man ede n'akwụkwọ that is not okay with some people. BBC no one ha ya nọ na watch. Feti go date mgbe ha ga-release documentary onye Yoruba directory. Orukwa echi na you gotta go fa agba ya. Anya na complain mana ife niile Ojukwu kwuru onwe onye be anyị ndị niile na-agbagharị na akọrọbish onwe onye put it together. The truth of the matter is until I see what that's a different video now and I put it together here. Some people may not understand it now, but time will come. myself and age almost all the video, may have 3 in 1, 4 in 1. You know, to carry an hour for your first, I say 1. And all got very, very easy. It's on Kai, my friend. I am run an anchor. The Anna Bambo, push you another narrative.
And the book he recently released.
Most of those people have not read the book.
No, they have read the book.
Where did they get a copy
No,
from?
they have read the book, and a lot of them are still feeling very hard done. And these are witnesses to history. It didn't happen behind them. I'm saying child soldiers.
Witness.
People that went through the pain. And
Like
I think
Mr. Sonny Roche.
it is very sad. No, I'm not talking about Sonny Roche. So you don't even know
a child soldier.
No, so you don't even know who I was talking about. So that was somebody else. It's not even Sonny Roche.
Somebody will be like, "What am I doing? I can't have a problem. I can't know senior studio. Can you have a problem with the Biafra and Benin? Can you have a weird?"
So I think it is very despicable and sad for us just to mitigate the plight of Biafra and what happened there. And you see, Hoji, we have never taken our time.
It is well. On another, on the Nachi, on Afugo Kosiade. You gotta go. Okay, onion cause I had Ruben. Ruben, why your body? Oh, no, where on our phone is one mother cadaba. Is one mother car day. I want if I was on Jabari before I gazette to the program of Mazi and Jogo properly. Let us listen to this. Yahweh, your name is Yahweh. Let's listen to this man. This is Dr. Kayode Fayemi, former governor of Ekiti State, author of If This Giant Must Rise. Every Mongolian is writing books. Nke ya dị iche from nke nwoke okwu asịa. If this giant must rise. Giant ya bụ obodo Bongo. Ọ bụrụ na ọ ga-rise. Now let us listen.
You have a PhD in war studies from King's College.
Yes, I do.
Are we at war in Nigeria at the moment?
Well, you know, in the literature, war is not just defined by actual combat. And even if you want to define it as actual combat, you have low intensity conflict, which is defined in the literature as conflict in which you lose less than 1,000 people. If you analyze what has been happening in our country in the last decade, or if you want to go back till 2009, or if you want to go further back to 1981, Maitatsini, Bulunkutu crisis, or you go back to the Civil War in the 60s, you may want to argue, some may see it as an overreach, that we've never really stopped being at war. The number of people we've lost to Boko Haram insurgency, to banditry and kidnapping in the last decade is certainly over 1,000 when you check accurate record and records from independent survey of global terrorism. We rank very highly on the list, probably the second or third most terrorized nation in the world. And we see it, it's palpable. People experience it daily in our country. So we are, maybe you say it's low intensity conflict, maybe you say it's in a particular section of the country, but by academic definition, we are in some form of conflict.
Why is Nigeria at war?
You can adduce it to a whole range of things. Any society where extreme wealth lies astride extreme inequality, that is extreme poverty, you are almost always likely to find conflictual tendencies in such societies. And that is why nations strive to close the inequality gap so that you reduce tension in society in a way that people will not see those who have as the enemies of those who have not. That's a sociological underpinning of conflict, but it does not completely explain conflict. There are also conflicts that happen because of ethnic rivalries, some historical, some contemporary. There are resource conflicts linked to whatever is in the ground where such conflicts are intensified. Say, mineral resources. You can almost find a correlational connection between societies that are rich in resources, where there is failure of governance, or let me say weak governance, and societies that are in conflict. So I've mentioned identity conflicts, I've mentioned resource-driven conflicts, I've mentioned poverty-related inequality conflicts, not to mention religious, and that's also identity.
So in the case of Nigeria, it is all encompassing.
It is all encompassing.
All right. Can I move on the program of the gangsters? Let us now listen to their propaganda. And when you listen, calm down and begin to ask questions. Steady. You were emotion. You were your emotion. It never no. First, hear the reality. Now, this is what they wrote. It was Nnamdi Kanu that brought Simon Ekpa into our movement. Kedinde Nekwifa, DOS. The question should be, who brought them into this organization and they made them to believe that this organization is a movement? This IPOB, is it a movement or organization? Because so many of them has been brainwashed. And that is some brainwash Kahaji, where Sunday by some Igbo youth. Should I use the word brainwashed? Is it not kind of too harsh to someone by to swallow? Can the DJ now or the toge? Who brought them into IPOB? That is one. Number two, the person that brought them into IPOB. So the person do not have power or right to bring another person. Who brought them into this IPOB? The person that brought them into IPOB, Obonya Hemuro power. He bring another person. Kedoya gwara fana IPOB be movement. Kedoya gwara fana IPOB be movement. IPOB organization. Kedoya gwara fana IPOB be movement. A political movement. Or a political party that is moving to produce the next president of Obodobogo. This is what they wrote. Who, the person that wrote this thing, who brought the person into this his movement? Listen to them. I know, Kuroko. Let me refresh it. I'm not if I was on the Kuroko. I said, I'm not here for some time now. It may not talk. Right. If you don't do away with this mentality, some IPOB members, you will really have serious trouble. I want this mentality of IPOB organization movement. I want to dust this thing out of your brain. You get one issue because in the brain can apogee your brain. If I apogee your brain, or make it very easy to reason, or make it very difficult to reason, then a wetama as in the kind as supreme leader, Tinyaganisi. I want you to find a cop in a I'm telling you, ideology in Kefabo, Akunyaganisi, you cannot reason, you cannot think. And that is what that affected many of them. Oh, yeah, Kapaji, we follow on negative today. Fanchani na Agazi Gudia. You are speaking for us. They now begin to do like those that we are blind, but now they can see. That is why you see them yapping everywhere. Lolo, it is my turn to speak. Lolo, it is my turn. They now found their voices like, I was blind, but I can now see. I was deaf and dumb, but now I can now talk. They now begin to talk. Man, get the father a check, who's a check before farmers in the they no longer think. Omaro no onya potra maze banjoko ga bonya onya potra nwunye. Obuya na maze na cannot be the struggle. So the thing is like somebody Ghana fuzo before, mechazi fuzo. Somebody who don't talk or hear before, mechazi na ekwu okwu na ife. Imo ye ju otu kwugido okwu shieje because he or she cannot even sleep because he will be afraid. No nwere ike ora huzi ora emechikwu ya ọnụ. So he can talk from morning to night. If I have even here. They brainwash you, remove your sense of reasoning. Through ideology, everything. The wagonisi. Yeah, what I mean of them, you were saying, I want
that Mazi Nnamdi, some people come on social media and say he's in prison, he's not talking anything, wait until he comes out.
Okay.
One thing, do they forget that he's giving a sentence, a longer life sentence?
Okay. They should wait until he's come out. And no, a longer sentence.
If he wants to make some corrections, he can do it while he was there.
Okay.
Because he had all the opportunities.
But this correction, what they're making now, why no this correction came with 5 years? Honorable correction. Gagwe come as your supreme leader. Call his attention to the correction there. Focus on a fight Mazi Banjoko. A fight Mazi Banjoko the more important than telling him to make correction. A fight Mazi Banjoko the more important. That is why only the web brainwash and the buy that Mazi Banjoko want to take over the leadership.
Mazi Nnamdi had the opportunity when he's coming out in Kuje. He had all the opportunities. When he was coming out in the court.
This one you see now that he's shouting, he has the opportunity. Onyankana have every opportunity to show his face. He is, Nnamdi Kanu has the opportunity. He has every opportunity. He equally have opportunity to show himself because he know. No one time the international community will invite a faceless person. He have every opportunity to show his face to some bingos that is shouting leadership, to some IPOB, some idiots, not an IPOB, that don't ask questions. He have every opportunity to show his face, at least if not for any other thing. He have every opportunity to show his face since the past 5 years. He did not show his face. They are busy shouting leadership, 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 leadership. Leadership ego.
Will anybody say that he didn't have chance to speak? From time to time, People don't know how he started speaking in the courts.
Okay.
It was people that walked towards it thinking that
people walk towards it for him to start speaking. DOS walk towards it for him to start speaking.
he will use that opportunity to disassociate himself from what was happening.
So your problem on because every one of you want him to disassociate himself from Mazi Banjoko. Your problem there, Mazi Banjoko.
But instead, when he comes out from the court, he will threaten people. He will call some people to go for message, say, call Avid, call people. And I am asking every IPOB member who is a critical thinker, ask yourself, since Mazi...
None of them think. You will have brainwashed them. They don't think anymore. Because if they think, first thing Hagara John, but why now? That is first thing Hagara John. Why now? First thing Hagara John. Well, how about the lion cheer on a promise? Another one about what is the result of your underground work? They don't think. That is why this IPOB organization IPOB organization.
Nnamdi Kanu is coming out from the DSS custody coming to court. Has he ever mentioned IPOB?
Okay.
Has he ever mentioned the leadership of IPOB openly?
Leadership.
Has he ever...
Leadership. There is nobody anywhere. When I mention again, nobody will listen to him. He know that nobody anywhere. If he mention it, nobody will send him message. Nobody. From Mazi Banjoko and very big they can mention IPOB. If he try it, nobody go send that message. And other one no come. Man and they no go even send them. Or why on I mention IPOB leadership. Why can another mention each other? Even when you imagine now the kind of Patrana won on Nigeria, what of Chinas and world are gonna chamber? Of the one nonsense I got like this very struggle. What of Chinas and world are gonna chamber? One no one are gonna chamber like his own village. Village of the village. Yeah, I'm propaganda roga. I got a chamber.
Said anything pertaining IPOB. If you have anyone, show me. Maybe I will. I didn't know when that one happened.
I'm on a video. Metusala join it together. Also, no one is worried. No one is not IPOB family member. Nah, happen in your family. Focus on it. Happen on this family. You cannot get in with family. Have a family affair. Focus on one. Educate for you on for many years. I know many people, but family member IPOB. I know. But that family have not delivered. That family do not have what it takes. In again, one. Just like into for some people, see whoever tell member now. We be fair, Jane Kulo very dark man. I don't know. Knowing fully well you are saying the truth. I know. Into I can't just whoever IPOB member. You are comfortable with IPOB family member and you don't know the face of your brother. Your family. Your family member, you don't know his face. Leadership, and when you find a lead, in order, they can't have you. He made mention of if you are doing this, you are not representing IPOB family member or something like that. Now, what happened to family?
But he is free to come out. He talk about a bit, talk about raise money for him. That they will hyper him. He will greet some people. He never greet the IPOB members who are coming to the court before they've been threatened. He never tell them to continue to support for the freedom.
Okay.
He never mentioned IPOB members. The IPOB leadership tried all they can, telling him to disassociate.
IPOB leadership telling him to disassociate. Listen.
With him from Simon Ekpa.
That is the freedom they came to fight. Far down the man if I had their plan. The only thing I worry the man about come out, disassociate with yourself from Simon Ekpa. That is the only pattern and strategy if I wanted to get you freedom. The only strategy, disassociate from Simon Ekpa. Disassociate from Simon Ekpa. Just tell them it is the leadership, the man above. They have nothing to offer.
We are mocked. The brothers, every one of them do campaign, do broadcast for that. They call us all kinds of names. Every day, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu come out from court. They will mock us that the message we sent for him that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu wala anyị n'ala.
Okay.
It was all there. They're not seeing it.
Adults pụtara na ha na-ekwu okwu nwere onwe. However, ịgba Mazi Nnamdi Kanu seko, but the only thing that passed for the past years. A gossip with the name Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, disassociate with this one, associate with this one, disassociate with this one. If I have the only thing happens, if I keep you to now, they want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to disassociate and associate. If I have a friend of Tabara, they are
didn't they see it? We tried all we can to do what? For Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to disassociate himself from the criminality that was happening in Biafra land. Because we believed in him. If there was something he was doing, he never opened his mouth and told us.
Okay. He never told you. And you want him to disassociate with Simon Ekpa.
Instead, he make a memo, give to one of the lawyers to publish that he banned us. He don't to talk about Simon Ekpa.
Because he is tired. You people are not focusing. Can we focus now? He issued a memo banning them from talking about Mazi Nnamdi because they don't too disturb him with it. Mazi Nnamdi is more Biafra than all of them put together. Mazi Nnamdi is equally more Nigeria than all of them put together. He is more Biafra than all of them put together. And he is more Nigeria than all of them put together. He is, in fact, he is more Igbo. He is more Igbo than all of them put together. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu disassociate from and associate with you who nobody knows your face. Or do you remember banning you people from talking about Mazi Nnamdi? Did you people believe the memo? Huh?
And I can tell Biafrans, all those things he was being controlled. I don't want to say certain things. Some politicians
say it now, say it. He's being controlled. Everything I blame on politician. Everything I blame on Nigeria government. You are not competent, you blame it on Nigeria government. You are not competent, you blame it on Simon Ekpa. You are not competent, you blame it on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
Some governors, because they were bringing money to his family members, they told him, don't disassociate yourself with that guy. If you disassociate yourself, you are not going to come out.
He should associate with the DOS. They told him, if you disassociate yourself from Mazi Ekpa, you are not going to come out. So, because if a DOS wanted to offer him, let it not be, let it just be. Ya bro no, obrugo di dream no. If you disassociate yourself from Mazi Ekpa, you can never come out. Let's say na agwara kezi ife agwara Mazi Nnamdi Kanu by the DOS. Let's say somebody better know what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If you disassociate yourself from Mazi Ekpa, you cannot come out. Kezi ife DOS name. They are not doing anything. They only want him to disassociate a man whom according to him, they have told Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, if you try it, you cannot come out. Or if you were to be Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, will you come out? Or you can go practical. He they play the show. They met with him. They told him, if you disassociate with Mazi Banjoko, you cannot come out. If you were him, will you disassociate yourself with Mazi Banjoko? Kedife DOS in a why not? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you need to disassociate with Mazi Banjoko and associate yourself with DOS. This is what they are doing, and this thing will lead to your freedom. Nothing. The only thing the DOS in able to go and force Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to disassociate from a man whom he was told, if you continue associating with him, you will come out. If you were him, who will you follow? Very simple question. Who will you follow? Yeah, no, rather than corona nonsense every time.
And then, when I was telling people here that Simon Ekpa was sent to infiltrate IPOB,
Simon Ekpa was sent to infiltrate IPOB. Sent from who? Sent by who? Oh, well, infiltrator. Because they were fighting to protect leadership. Where is the leadership? No, today. Where is that leadership? No, today. Since after 5 years. Since almost 20 years now, where is the impact of this leadership? Leadership before. The leadership did nothing, only protest. Niger Delta Avengers did something. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said it na radio. Kedu nke o kwuru no nke DOS mere wetere ya ji webata. Onye Niger Delta Avengers credit. And oge a Mazi Banjoko na anyị furu ntu osi akpalikalika. Na-egwu okwu Biafra Defense Forces and ihe a. Eburu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu ọ bụ ịma na ị ga-etu n'ogodi down. Ka ị mara ma ọ ga-akpọpụta gị. These are propaganda machines.
Most of you were talking nonsense, but I'm happy that today, those who went to visit him, some of you he's speaking to, he have told you the truth.
Imagine.
He have told you how he brought in Simon Ekpa.
He brought in Simon Ekpa to do what? To discredit DOS or to destroy the struggle. He brought in Mazi Simon Ekpa. But the other one, he said that Mazi Banjoko is a infiltrator. Infiltration, and he brought him
into IPO because of money that was given through somebody who told him that he wants Simon Ekpa. He's bringing somebody to he will bring Simon Ekpa to be part of the leadership. If not, they
if I have nonsense, and some of you, Brian, IPO remember everybody's rubbish for years until they turn around and begin to fight Mazi Nnamdi. This is the rubbish that have been yapping on social media for many years. Yeah? We are familiar with the doors are white.
He will not bring money. That is how he brought Simon Ekpa, want to impose it in the leadership. And today he's blaming us that we would have accepted Simon Ekpa and managed him. Had it been we manage him, he wouldn't have caused the problem that happened in Biafra.
Which problem can cause? Get the problem I cause? Problem mono cause Igbo youth now. Over one here. Now Amnesty International could 150 Igbo youth. Potra protest. Holy, 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 holy. Nnamdi Kanu is another savior. Oh, when they the protest now, about February. So now they have no so. Another I am a face, you know.
Land. That is his excuse. Some are saying, you don't send somebody to Sokoto. We have sent people to Sokoto through proxy, through many ways. Ask them the message they come back to. Most of you.
Sorry about that. And don't actually Zeke and they start here your own. When send the other mother. Or be you na Mazi Nnamdi Kanu continue to. What if he is okay now? Not on this weekend. To do what you don't want to do.
If you hear the message Mazi Nnamdi Kanu gave to them, you will call me and tell me, Chinasa Nworu, don't talk anything good about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
Continue talking everything bad, whatever I enjoy. You will call me and tell me, Chinasa Nworu, don't talk anything good about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Continue talking everything bad. I want to put everything bad against Simon Ebanjoko. I'm going to encourage you against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Anything.
Don't even defend him any longer. Call people. There are people who have visited him. Call him, ask them, what is his message to us?
You must disassociate yourself with anything leadership. There is no leadership anywhere. Don't mind them. Oh, brainwash, many of them. You must not listen to anything leadership. There is no leadership working anywhere. What if they can leadership? Anybody, nothing like leadership anywhere. He have abandoned them. He is working with Avid and about 100 men. You have abandoned them. Again.
We kept silent because of those who have died in this struggle.
Okay.
We continue to march on because
those who have died, even though the protest,
this is a divine movement.
Divine.
No man born on a woman will stop the restoration of Biafra. As in devil.
No man born of a woman. You will think that they are serious. What are they doing presently? Empty talks. This same empty noisy and if when you get now Minister of Works in them. Award her contract. Be year ago. I say, oh, I have seen Biafra that I'm looking for. No man born of a woman will stop Biafra. How? What are you doing? Don't worry if you name. Don't worry if organization name. Want to do with what I want. As I'm doing this way. Oh, no man born of a woman will stop it. Ubigaza. Man, if you know was. They are liars and deceivers. Let's continue. Let's go and listen to another. So you are into this is another freedom fighter. When you are a freedom fighter, just look at them. They haven't done anything whatever. Let us listen to him.
Do you know that even Mazi,
no propaganda. Just listen.
And the Kanu sister, the one that retired from police. Do you know that that one too?
Oh, now Kahale agree now. Now one name Mazi Nnamdi Kanu police officer. Now Kafane agree. Okay, the rumor na ga hanchani na yabani it is not true. It is a lie. Now Kafa believe no a retired police officer. 1 year why. We are here but the rumor na ga fast gonna pass.
We are involved in this evil. Do you know that it was that woman, that Kanu, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu sister that connected Simon Ekpa to Meeti Allah president that started supplying outdated arms.
Only where with evidence here on our canal, where with the proof? He has no proof. This is how they are. He has no proof. He has no proof. He has no nothing. The only thing if I buy a father is leadership. Avoid these guys. Avoid anybody that is talking about leadership. There is no leadership anywhere. If you want to, either in nature, you must avoid these leadership people by all means. You must avoid them by all means. By all means. You must avoid them. They have no proof. They have no, especially in K. They have no proof. If you like it, whatever much or not, that is your business. Many of them are Many of them age the hour. You know, go behind you, Gama now. Nobody in all street look at their faces. You go know say all is not well. Many of them age the hour. That is the truth. Many of them go for Gianna Kanacho. You know, when I follow any H-man, they boom, I say, nah, but they go for Siguafa, Nakana Godia, because many of them have found other of a man. General was many of them are okay. The guy when he freedom before he go with freedom. Ah, you don't know what is freedom. You want to talk about freedom, you want to give you freedom. Somebody not Kuwait in a Google and do Biafra. Now as a freedom fighter. Asylum seeker. Now as a freedom fighter. Huh? No, did you know?
This is all these old arms Boko Haram were using. They are in control of.
Old one. As if long new one of new one. No, my dear. I can carry Brazil corner. The Brazil corner. Okay, if I am a Brazil, be pele. If I am a be pele. If I am a be pele. Brazil. If I am a dear. India, it's really fair. Now, your money, yeah, no. Gaga.
They started pushing this. Some of this ammunition were not even working.
It's not working.
They started supplying it to Simon Ekpa group.
Yes.
In Igbo land.
And your group would be latest model. Because you got married latest model. You gotta go.
Look at somebody who is involved. Sister to a leader of indigenous people of Biafra.
I am kind of Brazil. I'm a bear pearl. I'm never fighting for freedom. I'm a bear pearl. I fight for freedom. It's really fair. Gonna failure the money. If offer business now, failure the money. Now what do you?
Look at who is involved.
Nah,
knowing fully well that this is not how to go about it. There is a video IPOB evangelist did, Madabuchi. Mazi Madabuchi did. If you listen to that video, is there anything new Madabuchi said different from
avoid IPOB? Just avoid IPOB and leadership. If you are still emotionally attached, oh, we are whiter and white and wanted and slow. No man born of a woman can stop Biafra. They have bragged that instead of Mazi to bring Biafra, that they will stop it. But they are the one who will cage you with emotion. No man born by a woman that will stop Biafra. But they are the one fighting the one who want to bring it. So you must run from them. That is the truth. Because I will play the video here very soon.
Well, the one I reviewed earlier of what happened where the Mazi Nandekan was jailed. You know, sometimes we move by emotion. Let me tell you what happened to Mazi Nandekan.
Okay.
Aloyd Ejimako did what I call fantastic job for Nigeria government.
Okay.
And do you know why Aloyd Ejimako did that job fantastically? Because when Aloyd Ejimako look around him, he now discover, you know, criminals always betray themselves. There are some, that's why don't as a figure, when you become a figure, when you begin to lead people, you're a mirror. Don't allow yourself, don't allow bad advisors to surround you.
Okay.
Let me tell you why Mazi Nandekan were sentenced to life imprisonment.
Okay.
It is by the help of Aloyd Ejimako.
Okay.
And why did Aloyd Ejimako embark in that very deal? Because when Aloyd Ejimako realized the kind of money be made by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
Mazi Nnamdi Kanu billionaire. No, they make too much money. No, they make too much money. Today, the money is no longer coming. Finally, it is the same money before whatever they shout. Leadership. When you do supreme leader, I am your slave. The nearest pizza dispatchers. I know got $400. You say I have to a slave to that person. Eh? When you know we are not got $400, $500, $1,000. When I got over block on a bend there, I know got over block on a bend there. Because no a freedom fighter. Because no na child to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I am your slave. Many of them are just saying now. Many of them don't look for work. Before I know I'm about to go to go we are whiter than snow. As we take a year ago.
With that IPOB knowing, my brother, these people made what they call a hell of money.
Oh.
This is what they call
good money.
Money.
Good money. Money.
When I say money, it's not just. So that's why.
So if you think they are going to stop, I forget. Sorry. They make cool money. Cool money. When I say money, for something thousand euros, casino pounds, na Germany. And then can Italy. For something thousand. Kasana Munye Mohammed Abbas. Abi one name Mohammed Abbas na group ya. Ade a ka be. Makwego na de kuya. If I boy money, cool money. No wonder someone they buy and maybe to go Biafra. These gangsters and I think we are going to fancy about because one of the wise in the street could go there. I'm not a guy man, not on Canabia. It's all about money. Jaka Haji will fight Yama Zeba and Joku. It is not about Biafra. That is why Kerihana Biafra child they want to make a US. Nama Zeba and Joko no no ya with a Biafra and ya gas stop there. You know got a joke a phone on ara. What can even waste name a freedom fighter somebody to help you to get or catch that you are after? It's in Bayara pay for or that alone will tell you all you need to do. No, you claim that you are, let's say you are a hunter. In Achwano, somebody you are already getting tired. Or let's say you are not tired. Money in Achwano also. Somebody who is faster, more energetic than you. On your habit, where's your walk or some boat? Now, something is fishy. Ha na-achọ nwere onwe Maazị Ekpa Njọkụ apụta gba ha cool down ka enweta nwere onwe in the next 5 years ha sị mba no agent. And some of you believed it. Yeah, whether sometimes if I am angry here, I go fit talk some kind thing. Because we were seeing this thing then. I'm not a freedom fighter. I'm not IPOB member. Go and check. But we were here, and I quickly know already something is not right. Something you have been looking for the past 13 years, no headway. No 5 years. If you get maybe support, but no, don't bring this thing under 5 years. You leave it. It is a 1 year that will bring it. In a year ago, and now they made so much money.
From that moment, I realized this. I remove emotion.
Yeah, one way I work with emotion. Upon realizing they go now too much, but I give one of the get about 1 naira. Kaburu emotion. That way I'm winning the leadership, supreme leadership. All work with emotion, realizing that too much money. When I knew that I have benefited nothing. The only thing they get maybe here now, Kelena TV, I'm disappointed in you. Because I guess they see something. I'm going to reason. Whatever the Abamba. I'm going to have. So the thing is now left to them. Mama, if I have from my half kafana out of emotion or because of hatred or makanabas when you
as a man who knows about security, because a security person don't need to engage in emotion.
Okay, on my security. Na Brazil, la pele my security.
This one thing you will be trained. Emotion will be they will uproot it out of you.
Child, why is it not the kind of where the security personnel surrender to you? What a wonderful security officer that's working under IPOB leadership. So they have a security. Nah, you care, bro.
I said no. I have to go back to my training.
Training.
I remove emotion about Mazi and can instantly.
Instantly, yes.
If you hear money, people willingly, Igbo millionaires willingly,
okay,
supported this very movement.
Igbo billionaires and millionaires willingly. Do you know? Find any evidence. Kaifu. What is happening now is normal, no better. Kaimanakena our hero. Kaimanakana hero. Touch the light.
But in all this movement, you come that time with the middle.
Oh, this Kelena TV, where are you standing? I'm not standing anywhere. I'm not standing anywhere. The only place in Gabagana is standing now, under USB declared. So where was I standing? That is your business. Touch the like button. So allow what is happening now to happen or to continue happening.
Media warrior will be badging on these innocent people.
Okay.
Not knowing that they have supported and they ask question.
Okay.
Then the man they ask question believe that he is above questioning.
Can any of them during the question?
He now turn around and blackmail them before IPOB.
Okay.
This was the game they were playing. We don't know.
They don't know. Sorry.
Because he positioned himself and said everything is going well.
Okay.
He is making connection internationally. He is making connection with people that matters in the world. You know, we have trusted somebody. We don't need to doubt that person. Whatever he tell you, you only nod your head. That's okay. Good, good, good. So nobody was moved to say, let me investigate this thing that this man is telling me if it is true or lie. So people trying to say that all of us, we are foolish. Yes, in one way, we can say we are foolish. But in another way, we are not foolish.
Foolish. I'll confirm all that. I'll confirm. Yeah. They suddenly found their voice because Lord and we are foolish somehow. We are not foolish somehow. Okay.
Rather, the person that was busy fooling us is the most foolish person on earth. Because if I trust you, you fool me. You fool yourself. You know why I say you fool yourself? Because you can never fool me for a second time again. That's the reason why you fool yourself. And you will pay the price. Immediately I discovered that you have been fooling me.
So they have discovered, according to him now, that Mazi they kind of have deceived them. That Mazi they kind of have lied to them. That Mazi they kind of made them to believe that he was discussing with the international community about Biafra. That they have been fooled, that they have been lied to. Child. Ebi gina na pele. Child. Ike bro. IPOB organization.
Because I believe in you with the trust I place on you.
Okay.
So if you betray that trust, you betray yourself, not me. Okay. I keep on telling people, fool me once, I am not a fool.
Okay.
Fool me twice, I am a fool.
Child.
That's the word said.
If
you fool me once and you come out and say, lion man.
Okay, oh yeah, lion man. Okay, you have that they have been fooled. TV taco. Have you been fooled? The answer is no. But those that have been fooled, allow those that have been fooled to vet their anger.
Is a fool. This don't you see how I dribble him? I fool him. No, you make a mistake. You are just being foolish. You didn't fool me. When you recant as somebody who fool somebody is when you repeated it twice, then I fall for it. You can come boldly outside and tell the world, this guy is foolish.
Okay.
And anybody that had it, because you have to go a length of telling them I did it twice. When you say you did it twice, I succeed. People can say, this man is foolish indeed, very foolish. How can somebody do such thing for you against him 2 times and he succeed? You see, that is why I applaud IPOB. And remember what I said. I said they can't be comfortable working with institution because they know the meaning of institution. Immediately, I started shouting institution, institution, institution. Do you see the attack I got?
Hey, on a chat to my institution. One boy was busy shouting to his Oga, my Oga, you are an institution. No. Imagine.
Because these guys, they are very smart. Immediately, I was shouting institution, 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 institution. Because in a meeting, they always talk about Mazi Nandikan, Mazi Nandikan, Mazi Nandikan, Mazi Nandikan. Especially the one they call Osonji. Okay. Every time, Mazi Nandikan, Mazi Nandikan. If Elo come, Mazi Nandikan, Mazi Nandikan. One day, I make a statement in the meeting. I said, no, this nonsense of Mazi in an individual must stop.
Okay.
I said, how are we going to institutionalize IPOB?
Okay.
Let IPOB be an institution.
Hey, want to get into institutions where we are. So some of you who do not know how the institution came about, into institutions where better.
Immediately I make that statement, they were not comfortable. Because they are learned, they are not illiterate.
Hey.
They know the meaning of institution.
Okay. They said, no, this is not institution, it's organization.
They know the meaning, they know the full meaning of institution.
Yes.
I said, how are we going to turn IPOB into a very powerful institution?
Okay. Outside the Mazi.
Because if it's an institution, no figure, no individual will be mattered, will be so mattered again. What matters is that name, IPOB. No matter the position you occupy, your name will no longer be mattered.
Okay.
What will be mattered that time is IPOB. Look at all the songs being sung by both the one Tanzanian people sang for the solidarity of Biafra. What did you hear there? Biafra.
Under IPOB.
Both the ones South African sang for the solidarity of Biafra. What do you hear there? Biafra.
Okay.
Many countries. Do you?
All right. I'm going to play you. Let me play you that Biafra child. Then after that, I play you Mazi Banjoko. He is more Igbo than them. He is more Biafra than them. And he is more Nigeria than them. Everything And they do not like it. They do not like it. Now, I'm not going to lion man. Agunwoke. Now, come and listen. Now, if I had a picture of myself and joke number, if I be a fracture, I'm watching it. That's an area the leader of the gangsters. Listen.
The criminal in Finland will give me Biafra. Let me not generalize it. Will give me Biafra. I will be a stone block for him.
Yeah, stone block.
I will destroy it.
Okay.
Do you now understand what I'm saying?
These are the people who tell you that they want freedom, or that no man born by a woman will stop their freedom. But when you look, you will see that they are the ones stopping the same Biafra by themselves. The question should be, why if I is a jack of stop here? Because of personal interest. Okay, for why you cannot trust them. You cannot trust them. Listen.
The criminal in Finland will give me Biafra. Let me not generalize it. Will give me Biafra. I will be a stone block for him.
Stone block.
I will destroy it.
Okay.
Do you now understand what I'm saying? I will be the highest rebel. And my rebel will carry big actions.
Okay.
I don't rant.
If I found some ESN commanders, so they threaten anybody to submission. Not just threat, though. Many of them carry out their threat. Many of them carry out their threat.
I don't speak what I cannot do.
Okay.
But I know that some of you will think that we are all the same, because social media is a place that you will be in your room, put a ring light on a camera, begin to speak.
He can threaten you, but he cannot threaten to get Biafra for you. But he can threaten you. Man threatened Biafra, like Mazi Banjoko did. 95 years on your time frame. At least everybody na Omeri achieve in 5 years. Leziana Funoba number. In some years ahead. But they threaten their own. They go after their own. Because of just new with a different opinion. Found were boys. Found were foot soldiers. You got to find out about social media.
We don't come to, rant or begin to give threats. No, we don't give threats to anybody. Because we know that social media, after you finish talking, you off your camera, you go and sleep.
Okay.
So ranting and threatening on social media cannot give you anything. But I said this.
When they sound like this, each and the country of their residence, now whatever happens. When you hear them sound this way, you think that country of their residence, now whatever happens. Many of them have passed at anything. Absolutely zero. Nobody found on him here. And when you have passed, nothing. I go on and many of them are Kosampa.
Record and write it down any place that you feel like you can't. So in a time to come, you are going to remember that Mazi Kenu Kichuku the general said, if Simon Ekpa will give me Biafra, I will be the destroyer. I will be a stone block for him. I will be, I don't know how to put this, stone block.
Yes, stone block. Upon another stone block. Upon another, and that's gonna hatch of freedom. Somebody abezie, call with traffic, has him back, don't bring it because of leadership and if anything kefa. Let me play you a video. Okay, Manana Mazi Ekpa is more Biafra, more Igbo, more Nigeria, and more everything. More than them. Eba Banjoko. Na Finland. Watch. Ifabu, who he was before we don't go home. And then in another social media. Who are there? Who have they worked under? At least Obodo Bongo Mama Mazi Ekpa as a sportman. Before Bedi Kwoku with some medals so win for Obodo Bongo or return there back to them. Or if he is more Bongorian than them, more Igbo than them, more Biafra than them, even more freedom fighter than them. However, he is more Igbo than many of them. All of them to put together. If I have a function on Kendi Igbo, Finland, and the first going to fight for freedom, but turn around to fight the man who is bringing it to them. Listen.
I would want to use this medium to send a message once again to the Nigeria government.
Even here, he was boldly sending message to Nigeria government as Onyibo. As Onyibo. Mazi Ekpa posted this video for the latecomers because farmers are where they are not propaganda. Where they are not war. The way Hajori Iji about Dr. Ngozi Oraveze war. Now Dr. Ngozi Oraveze bo na one no about with a Nigerian politician. But here is Mazi Ekpa under Obodo Bongo. He is still sending warning to Obodo Bongo. Watch.
Enough of the killings of the Igbos. Enough of the marginalization of the Igbos. Enough of the genocide against Igbo people.
When he is one Nigeria list, who go up one Nigeria list, how can I call if and to the federal government? Ndinka, how go see when they were one Nigeria list? Make we check something. Nothing.
The same message goes to every Igbo leaders around the world. It is time to speak up against the present impunity of the Nigerian government, speak up against the marginalization of the Igbos, and above all, speak up against the genocide. I also call on the international community not to just turn a blind eye on what is happening in Nigeria. Just a few days ago, our unarmed women were arrested, molested, and deprived their freedom. Why must we fold our hands and watch as Nigerian security agents molest, rape, and dehumanize and torture our women? The fight cannot be won in the streets. In addition to the street fight, we must take this fight to the center. We must begin to elect credible representatives. We must begin to elect credible leaders, governors, senators, House of Representatives, etc., to be able to fight our enemy within. Your PVC in 2019 could be a step closer to a better tomorrow of Igbo nation. Lastly, may I welcome all of you and thank you for your participation today. My special thanks also goes to our hard-working volunteers, management team, artists, executive team of Igbo Union Finland, and also to the media partners, everyone that has worked effortless and have also contributed immensely to see the success of this festival today. I have witnessed your hard work, which truly embodies the spirit of togetherness oneness, and brotherhood. Thank you. Welcome, and I declare this festival open. You're welcome to Open Union Festival 2018. Thank you. Little bit.
So under Nigeria, he is more Nigeria than them. He is more Igbo than them. He is a freedom fighter. That is the truth. And they know. I'm not want to comment. If you have comment, you comment. If you don't have comment, we just end the program because I'll be right back in some hours' time. We must continue. So I will bring it in some hours' time. You can remember your mind. Free your mind from this IPOB thing. I'm for years or work. Thank God for USB declared. IPOB, one family IPOB, for years. Still no work. So I karagama. Need to read in a USB declared. Try one air buzzer. That is normal. There is no harm in trying. If you say Yana with these gangsters that said that they are going to fight the you still have a long way to go. So come into the studio as we draw the curtain. Obele, Obele. Come into the studio as we draw the curtain. Obele, Obele. Obele, Obele. And do not forget, 30th of this month, our Remembrance Day. Chofo Kenya Maya Konwo. In America, do well and join USB declared na Washington DC. No for that Remembrance Day. Invite ndị ọnụ na-eru n'okwu. Invite them. Ka ha bịakwa bụrụ a witness. Ha bịa witness ya ife anyị nwere ime. Ọ bụrụ ya. Obi-Wan, Ọmaka Mele, grab the mic.
Mr. Kalenda, happy Freedom Month. And all the Biafrans, the good people, I salute all of you guys. Kalenda, what I hear is that now it was so many people knock on this struggle. So many people are not. Some of them, majority of them, did not actually understand what we are really fighting for. So many opportunities may pay for some people to open business with this thing. Exactly. And then if that one of the main problem we are having is that no natural no or do no yapo. In a particular position, why are you fighting for the position? That no be before. I say na kikis na combine all when most of them are trying to position no IPOB and be an before you will create her job go come on now go in our pass na big men are willing to we are supporting this movement. Think about the kind of money that passes by, because I was figuring this thing out financially. Take ego naga through all IPOB branches in the whole world. This is a movement in every country, zone or whatever. You normally go to my pounds, pounds, my dollar. And any country, I know people go willingly, when they go secretly. You went for somebody in Alahona Street, I will away do be na ko ebe ego inu one coordinator nyere ego na were ego je rugodi moto ya rucha moto ta na tuzi ebe ego dị ọ na-achagharị anya. These are the things if in a for like this if that na majority of them don't actually know, or some of them knew the reason why they entered for struggle, but they realized that na Biafra because inside them I believe that na the Nigerian government will so all of them felt relaxed na highest in Biafra 50 years. So you see them taking advantage of every loophole. Ngwanena found the result since didn't can know jide and I saw their hang on I saw the because now none can know IPOB. Now I get food and I believe in all around and if for that now come on where only SNT ever believe that now somebody can actually put up a poster that not condone to go referendum, that all IPOB in the whole world has rejected Nnamdi Kanu, that they are following DOS now. The posters didn't mention council outside the Kaba decided Nnamdi Kanu. Killing the only DOS. Who are the DOS? I want to go in for only DOS. Methuselah nothing but an Igbo Igwe no one as an Igwe. It was there was for 9 half your call. What is it? Okay, who has office who na the occupy when you name me? And I see Nnamdi Kanu roll as of the time on the most important job that is still keeping the struggle. The most important job can Nnamdi Kanu we come video again. Man, how my high make it that Nnamdi Kanu alone at level now. Man, all the most important job, which is what brought you out. What kept you in that chair? What brought some of the media? What brought me and you to be speaking on this platform? By opening our mind. I want to get and expect more of all of these things you see now to come. The only thing that we have to keep doing is to fight back. They will not stop. Is to fight back because at the end of the day, thank God now. So many people see identify themselves of where they belong. Like for instance, somebody like Omahi, the careless statement. He put on a national TV that Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Imokodi mkpali de ka that one. Mkpali nechanya na Biafra na acho wo government Bola Ahmed Tinubu because na of Minister of Works. In our one statement to make it and no way my family this time around they can buy anything buyable. If that the guy is corrupt from the beginning to the end, and the like this. If you may expect before or quote something, I think they don't think about it. They just say it. And don't hear Arabta. A grown-up man, a grown-up human being, somebody that you expect to be also Ndibo, representative of Ndibo. What happened during 1967 to 70? Following since the war. Most of our parents weren't born poor. Some of them were ego. Until after the war, when you seize all of their properties, every one of them, all of you ended up surviving it. And when they seize their property, up until this moment, and you stood up with the mic because then you're minister of works. You will see that na Biafra in Azo, na Bola Tinubu no nya with the Biafra in Azo to kwakwana to fear. Na otara akwụkwọ ka eziede. Umaye tara akwụkwọ ka ezegede. Bụpụ na ihe gburu walụ mgbe gboo no n'ime ọhịa ka ya atụbaghị. Ọ bụrụ mgbe gboo ime ọhịa anyị enyi ụmahị na aja ọhịa because ihe o mere the soul of over 3 million kids nwụrụ n'agha ya nọ n'ime ọhịa nekọrọ onye Yoruba nọ na correct onye Igbo what you did wrong egburu ndị bun a na-ekwu the other day na your platform na say that na ihe o so many things that happened during the war any dị inebara anya especially otu ụmụ nwaanyị anyị si wee dị na ndị Fulani. In war, so many things happened. In war, so many things happened. And when the soldiers now they are rape, so many things. And in I know sometimes so no on your program. In the bar exchanges on certain things with the soldiers. If this was how people like Umahi was born. That it's just in what you use to compare of what the position that you found yourself in Nigeria as Minister of War. Let me say that now. I know that our government is taking note of everybody that you see showcasing themselves that is making this struggle to be not to be successful. Starting from Adade Aramma. The last person in video not Simon Eba say that na Simon na opposed surgery na Simon Eba snore at Biafra no ya sabotage. What is the difference between here and Adade Aramma about DPM now and here because they don't know any way forward. They don't know what else to do. It was at DOS. Say, okay, what next? They just want to remain in agitation, making noise. But when they see somebody that is actually about to do something, because now at the next stage, they will not be involved. I think in the actual office or Africa, and they took that thing to Biafra government in exile. That is the reason Ikaji Bedford na go on YouTube na the Prime Minister. They don't want to leave office. If any higher position, is a Minister of Information, Minister of Information. They want to be in the office. In our phone office, so office are there exist now since this struggle must solve. Every other office from IPOB na loan and USB guitar, if stage is office need make the operative, even though the Naga Vetago stages are. But no, you own an office here. Oh, you have how would the one to go that side. You shouldn't be surprised that this time that all of these things is coming up simultaneously. The book go on order. Our heroes there, BBC trying to release whatever. They are just trying to change the narrative because now the situation of Nigeria now is not making it easy. I think people have now started asking the real question. People have now started making sense. What if they implemented that thing in Nigeria? Will we be in this situation today? And if with your right senses, you understand that Noble Nana operated regionally that time, the situation in Nigeria and on here today wouldn't have happened because most of the development that happened during that time, eastern region, happened during those days and operate regionally. Most of the development in Uguayna, Coal City, Mambo Train, all of these things, if you see, happen those days. But it's not happening this time around because corruption has taken over. Nigeria cannot be redeemed again. and we go in push their agenda. The agenda, me get in here, Mike Arnold does there one time. It's an agenda they planned long time ago, and they are executing it. I like what you said in the beginning. You said Gumi is speaking on behalf of some people, this and that. Where do you guys do? That guy that is speaking on behalf of you, what did you do to the person? IPOB, your head and your polo court on behalf of the IPOB against only on behalf of you. You know? So all of this thing, all I'm just saying here is everybody should not panic. Unawe be say nuna there for media. Keep on preaching. Ndinke negege. Ika guna people. I know at the end of the whole tunnel. I have for going. Is what must happen so that everyone getting kegefu. You just have to keep pushing. Keep pushing. And me, I'm looking for how to enter inside Methuselah this thing. I keep writing message. How can I get into the studio? They are not showing me how to get into, but I will find out one day how to penetrate these people. To go there and ask them questions. But the other day, somebody said that they will not allow you this and that. Just say it. Only anchor the program might not want to hear what you are saying. But somebody will actually find out that now on our boss question. The way I want go today, then question and answer. Is it like the one that happened yesterday? Kenana, listen to the way our education system, those people, they made me happy yesterday, man. They made me happy. Makwa, okay, that small 1 year gap, Biafra, they need the rehabilitation of by Nigerian mentality because of the way you see things, the way we react, because corruption in each and every one of us to see in Nigeria. Anyway, he named today, Emma had no corruption. I say Kega Feba, but anyway, I see believe my ID card, key where away it's a plan, can then we'll only know the man of fraud came. If for now, so what they did within that 1 year, they said after primary school, you have to go to teach you and for you to get email him if you need interested. By an university. That space was actually the most perfect time because most of them buy hello Papa actually hello doctor, talk hello engineer, or talk hello most of these courses or talk medicine. Man, I have forget to say that now. Anyway, some courses like therapist. On most there are some small courses here due to those systems that work. Engineer or doctor, man or barrister, and anything. But that 1 year space is giving will give our kids to actually like a training army. You can from there decide to join a army academy from there. You feel because within that 1 year, and we'll go here because you need now whatever you channel your interest into, you conclude within yourself where and all free call. You develop here. Okay, for and where rehabilitation that thing and in any food and Nandi enjoy this Biafra one. And a queen now, Mama phone, that's not the corner one, not what I carry for. I felt that way too. And I know some of us here felt that way. For I wish like her my age in but the current lock on this struggle is because they are the one that will come with a different kind of mindset. Hi Neto, ever I know where hot ata no can this Biafra. For that 1 year program. everything put up. I really yesterday that now after all this thing, what is it that will keep us not to change? Or no follow this kind of system and moving forward before he move forward. Some of them, they don't know what to do, they don't know the next step to take, nothing. Either how it contribute for you to move forward, all they know is to make sure that not drag down because there's no future. May God bless the United States of Biafra. Thank you.
Thank you, Obi-Wan. Grab the mic.
My brother, couldn't I greet you? Thank you so much for the mic. I just want to, this man, Omai, Dave Omai, I can agree with him on something. And what is that thing? That thing I can agree with him is what made all of us, and he have understood it. Or I can say many of them knows that Biafra is why. Well, first of all, let me start with a question. Why did he say that he have seen his own Biafra? That Jagaban is his own Biafra? Is because he's gaining. He's now living large because of this Jagaban of a man. He's now enjoying his life because of this government, this bad government, and he's referring it to Biafra as Biafra. So what does that mean? That simply means that this man, Dave Umai, particularly, he know that what we are seeking is what will make all of us live large. That is exactly the simplest meaning I can read into what he said. He knows that deep inside him that Biafra is the only solution that will give all Biafrans hope and life to live to their full potential. Like someone said a long time ago that Simon Ekpa, not someone, Simon Ekpa said many Biafrans all over the world that are some of them are U.S. military, some of them are colonel, some of them are sergeant. Every post, anything you are as a Biafra in a foreign land, just know that that thing is not your full potential. You cannot reach your full potential in another man's land. So this devil, he knows that the full potential that we can achieve in our life is Biafra. He knows that when Biafra comes, all of us will live large, and that is what he doesn't want. Thank you so much. I will stop here.
Thank you, Chinemere. You get a song. Makamele, grab the mic. You get a song. Can you hear me? Our network. You get a song. Can you hear me? You get a song. No, he cannot hear me. Madam Origin, Amakamele, grab the mic.
Hello, Mazi Kalenda TV.
Hello.
No, I'm a Merigi. I'm a Merigi Biafra. I greet everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you, all our media warriors, all Biafra independent and patriotic broadcasters. I greet all of you. I use your platform to use it as a launch pad to greet them, because these days I don't have a lot of, I don't come out as I used to. So I just want to use this opportunity to thank them all in this season of our Memorial Week. This Memorial Week is one of those moments, weeks, days that we will never forget. We will internalize it. They nearly took it away from us. The evil that has behooved us, They have done everything, including even buying more lives the day we want to remember our lost and our lost heroes. They still buy some lives that day. That is to tell you the evil, the magnitude of the wickedness and the evil that we are trying to escape, which we are already escaped. So I thank every media pichichi, as I always like to call you all. Because of you, the future of Biafra is bright. That's what that pichichi means. It means brightness. Thank you all. Thank you all. And for this Memorial Week, I want to, honor all our fallen heroes. Because of them, because we refuse to forget what was done to them, they even enlarge our voices. They make our voices louder. One of the first video you showed, I think it wasn't an Igbo, it's not a Biafran. Was that woman a Biafran? Is that woman a Biafran? I saw something like
I think that woman is a Yoruba woman, I think.
Okay, thank you. In every land, we have the good, the bad, the ugly, the wicked. The woman said all the truth that needs to be said. And she stands as a judgment upon Gowon. She stands as judgment upon Ibrahim Babangida. And the shadow of Ibrahim Babangida, the one that comes to bring peace accord, when he knows that there is no peace in a land where injustice is the custom and tradition. So today, I use her voice to also say that there is a judgment placed on Gowon for his lies. How dare he write a book after Dim Odume Gojuku has gone? Because he knew he was going to lie, because he knew that the agenda of wiping out lives and generations, they have not stopped. That is why you can't see them. They cannot say the truth. You will never find truth inside Nigeria. Never. Because they still breeding evil. What they breed out is evil. That is why Gowon is still, that is why, like the second video that you played, show that BBC is trying to, because that is the continuation. They have not stopped what they started in 1967. They have not stopped. The war is still on. If anybody is trying to doubt if the war is still on, that person should go and watch how Gowon printed his book, and the next day BBC One followed it up with whatever they call it. Is it adventure or a film, movie, to cover up? Because they are still continuing with the evil. And like you always say, I want to remind them, consequences await those who undermine the truth. See that truth they are running away from? I guarantee them their voices are dwindling, and the voice of Biafrans are roaring. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still roaring in the prison, in the dungeon. He is still roaring. He's still larger than all of them. Igbos, Biafrans, we honor our leaders. For them to see that when we respect and honor our leaders, they should see it in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, how we respect them. How 50 million people voted, even when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in dungeon and he said we will have referendum. So they should know that that's which they are doing, their voices are dwindling and our own is rising. And we have voted and we have exited Nigeria. And Nigeria, Biafra has been redeclared 29th of November 2024. And we say, Nigeria, pack and go. We are done with you. I rested there. Thank you, Mazi Kalena TV. God bless you.
Thank you, Madam Origin. Greg, Amaka Mele, grab the mic. Greg, can you hear me? Okay, we're going network. Greg, can you hear me? I think his network. The network didn't know somehow. Even he get it on himself. The network, I mean, at that. But on where they, I will not go now. We'll be right back in some hours' time because we must continue. No, he cannot hear me. Amaka Mary, Bobby. You get it on. You get it on. I grab the mic.
Okay.
The network is bad. My God, I'm not
Elange. Mbokwa network bongo.
Right,
Okwa
go ahead.
network bongo. Yeah, Chuko Bagume.
Yes, sir.
Chuko Kabiama bless you and bless every sons and daughters, men and women of good who have been contributing and still contributing up to this very moment so far. In one way or the other, your energy, strength, wisdom, your financing the movement, in one way or the other, using your connection, your effort, and we are praying for you, all that have been in the helms of the affair, pushing forward. And we strongly believe that Chukwokika Biama is not asleep. At this point in time, we are winning and we will continue to win. You know, by the grace of God, there is a saying that the scripture said, there is time for everything. Yes, there is time for everything. Who could ever believe that there is going to be somebody like Mazi Simon Ekpa at this particular point in time? Nobody could ever believe there will be someone like Simon Ekpa. Within the limited time, that man, the moment he swung into action, then exploit every mechanism that will bring that particular new dimension that was prophesied by Onyendo, Mazi and the Kanu. Who could ever believe that someone like him will come to the limelight, be one of the face of the Biafra struggle as of now? That is why I say, in this life, there is time for everything. There is time for everything. So today, he came in, give us the specific time, and when and how this particular liberation will be realized. When you hear him talking, compared to those who have been a follow, those that have been following Onyendo without having the same mindset and the same vision together with him. They don't have that particular thing because their mindset wasn't a mind of liberating their people. Their mindset wasn't the mind of of the freedom. That is why there is a saying that a poor man cannot fight for a freedom, because if a poor man do, some dollars and millions, few millions that will be splashing at the face of that poor man will lose the focus and then marrying the future. That poor man will look at the Ghana must go of money and say, if they can have access to this, what is the need of me pursuing this freedom? He will lose the sense of reasoning. He will lose the value, the purpose of fighting for the freedom, and what will be ringing in the mind of that poor man the moment he saw the Ghana must go of money is that particular money, how he's going to live large, live extravagant life. But a rich man, a wealthy man that have seen it all, a rich man that is not begging, who has everything you can ever think of, no amount of money that you bring to him that will move him. Instead, he knows the value and the importance of history. In fact, in my own definition of the freedom as of now, the qualification of a freedom fighter meant to be those who know the importance of history. When you know the importance of history and the useful of history, there is nothing in this life you will do. Somebody will come to bribe you, whereby you have a focus, you have a target, and somebody want to convince you to change your mind from that which you are pursuing, and you know that that particular legacy you are trying to lay down, that history you are about to make. In life, there are two sets of history. It is positive history and negative history. Now, you have to go and then study the side of those who have already made the positive history, and they know how their name is ringing the bell today in life. If you lay a good foundation, it will affect your generation positively. If you lay a wrong foundation, it will affect the generation of that individual negatively. It is a must. So, and Simon Ekpa know the history of those who have championed the freedom of their people and how they got it, and how their name have been ringing bell, how they have been speaking. A lot of people have been writing books about them. He went to march to that level. He want to come to that certain level so that his name will be written in the Guinness Book of History. That is the focus and the mindset of Mazi Simon Ekpa. Mazi Simon Ekpa is just like a hidden treasure. A hidden treasure. That is how Simon Ekpa is. Nobody saw it coming. And that is still one of the reasons why Chukwuka Abiyama did not review him at the unappointed time, the time that is not yet appointed. Chukwuka Abiyama did not review him. Assuming he reviewed him, I don't think he could have got it right the way he got it as of now. So by the grace of God Almighty, Mazi Simon Ekpa, he said, if you want him to address you in the Polish way, he will address you. If you want both of us to go to Gotha and then Gumiri Gotha, he is there. So he's in all round. If you talk about behaving like a street people, he's ready to behave as such. So any type of skills, God have possessed him with different kinds of skills, different kinds of wisdom. He possessed him with everything you can ever think of. He has all the gifts that will give us the freedom. He have the strategy. That is why today he bring the face of this freedom to a reality, and it has become today. Biafra has a name today. Without the strategies and the word of wisdom and what God have used Simon Ekpa prepare him before now for the sake of this time, I don't think Biafra by now would have had a name. But today, Biafra has had a name as a result of the long time preparation. Despite that, he was a supporter of Nigeria. He was a supporter of Nigeria, and he was advocating for Nigeria. And by the grace of God, Chukwuka Abiyama knew very well that it's not that he only allowing him to be there in order to train him in that particular ground. Just like in the days of Moses, Moses was taken down to Egypt, and that was where he was trained. He observed everything, just like Mazi Namdekano moved down to England. The foundation where all the colonization and the amalgamation was instituted, was established. He went to the foundation where everything was discussed. He went to study the history that was being hidden away from people. He was able to study and know the foundation, discover the source, the foundation that was laid, and that was how he was able to demolish them. That was how he was able to prophesy, and whatever he said become a law, become, when you see here, it is happening. So by the grace of Chukwuka Abiyama, Mazi Simon Ekpa is a great icon. Mazi Simon Ekpa was created for this purpose. For the eyes of a man have not been able to discover it until that fateful day came. And that was when they were having New Year Festival in Germany. You can imagine when they were in Germany, Ike Kweremando was there in order to celebrate, which of him is one of the Ohanese president of Igbo in Finland. He was there advocating, speaking boldly in the favor of Nigeria. And that was when the spirit of Biafra cut him off. And from that day till today, he became more dangerous. He was overpossessed, have all the quality that can give us that which we are looking for. And that is why there is nothing. God will position him, bless him in everything, pass him through fire. That was why there was a day some people were bringing prophecy to him. He told them that if they know where out the fire or what he have undergo before he come to this level, that not this time that somebody will go and begin to see vision and start to tell him about this or that. You can know that he was granted. So I want to say this in conclusion that Mazi Simon Ekpa, he's a hero, he's our hero. And in no distant time, he will soon come out to join us, and then to see that the people they assigned all these things to, they did not disappoint him. And it is a must. In every place where you have 12, there must be Judah. So thank you very, very much for giving me the opportunity to make my YouTube submission.
Thank you. Get a song. Greg, Amaka Mele, grab the mic. Network. We're going to hang so.
Yes, my brother. Go
ahead.
Yeah, the quality of my network now. Now, yes. Yeah, the quality Biafra ma. Dere Mazi Nnamdi Kanu ma. Dere Mazi Simon Ekpa ma. Onye isi anyị na-agwa aja ga-eji nke ya wee chụọ. Ọkpa ya na mmanya na mmụọ, ọkpa ya na njọ. Ihe ọjọọ yiwe ya efe. Anyị na-ekpe n'isi Nnamdi Kanu, n'isi Simon Ekpa, n'isi Dr. Ngozi Onabeze and all the cabinets. Ihe a na-ayọ Chukwu ọfọ ndụ na ahụ isi ike na ọganihu n'isi ha. So ya dịkwara ha mma, dịkwara Biafrans mma, dịkwara n'ụwa na-agba mbọ nwere onwe. Kelenna and his group, all the media. Aka ndị Mazi chebe unu. Yes, so we thank God so much for his mercy. Yes, my brother. Emana, the clips he put today. That is hard egwu. Omemma na mma yikwala, omenja na nja yikwala n'ezi ya. So, Emana ihe gbasara Biafra and ndị na-achọ nwere onwe and the group unu pụtasịrị nnọọ as ndị na-achọ nwere onwe, the multitude ihe si na ha na-achọ nwere onwe ga nkụ, starting from Owazirike, because I'm not talking about the Biafra war now led by Ojukwu. I'm talking about the present fighting for freedom. When you listen to the statement of Chinas Anworu, you ask yourself, what did he come do in IPOB? What did Chinas Anworu come to do in IPOB? And every time you touch him, the only thing you'll be hearing is leadership, 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 leadership. This leadership, if not money. Anya hokoborie mankonwe go wetiwe mkpu na aga eri. Personally, the only source of making money. Because you cannot tell me you are living in Kuwait. Kuwait is an Islam land. Kuwait have no more connection, any connection with Biafra. Kuwait government have no connection. Biafra land is not an Islamic land. We are Christians. That is 100%. Biafra is 100% Christian. So it have nothing to do when you are living in Kuwait. We have no connection, cultural, morally, religion, or anything. And you live in Kuwait. And know fully well there is nothing you can get in Kuwait that will help Biafra. There is no connection. There is no diplomatic. Any diplomacy in Kuwait that will help Biafra to come tomorrow is okay in your memory. And you, the criminal, even what is the number of the Biafrans that are living in Kuwait? Can China Sowore give me the number of the people that are living in Kuwait that make him to want to stamp himself as a leadership in IPOB? What diplomacy can Kuwait have to help or do in anything concerning freedom for the Christian nation Biafra? Nothing. They have nothing to offer. And China Sowore have nothing to offer for Biafra freedom. The only thing China Sowore is, he had been a criminal before he traveled. And when he went there, they radicalized him. So, as a criminal, knowing many criminals in Biafra land or in Nigeria, he know how to do high assassin. He know how to work with criminal gangs. And when he sneak himself inside IPOB, he found out that Mazi was too much for him to use that opportunity to hijack what the man was fighting for. What he did was he played loyalties to Mazi and criminally sabotaging what the man was doing. But people cannot understand. And that is why he see that Chike Doziem is a very weak man. Chike Doziem is a very weak man. And why did Mazi Nnamdi bring Chike Doziem closer to him? Because he find out that Chike Doziem was a calm man and humble. But a man who is calm and humble but have no direction in life, he cannot make any decision. He cannot stand on his feet. Chike Doziem have no direction. And that is why the criminal called China Sowore in Kuwait that cannot offer anything. If we talk about Switzerland, let's say Switzerland is a freedom nation, a Christian nation, and if Chike Doziem is somebody who push himself or who have any contact in Switzerland, we can say with the connection of Switzerland or with connection of Chike Doziem in Switzerland, we might have a kind of any headway, but not with this criminal in Kuwait. But because he find that Chike Doziem is not a man of himself, then he took over, even though he's not even in the fourth position in IPOB. The criminal China Sowore. So, why I want to talk about his own is when I listen about him telling Mazi Nnamdi that Mazi Nnamdi have opportunity. So, and when this guy is talking, he thinks that every Biafran is not intelligent as those people that is following him. And or those people that followed him before, like all those so-called Methuselah, the Osaji, the Paul, all those people that cannot reason on their own. Because any man that can reason, we ask yourself, why must you tell Mazi Nnamdi who come out and tell you that if you know what he will do to get Biafra, do it? And this guy was doing what he's supposed to do, to make sure that what is out there is what he's doing, Mazi Simon Ekpa. And Mazi Simon Ekpa, before himself, even before they talk, he said, whatever I do have nothing to do with Mazi Nnamdi. Whatever I do, put it on me, that is me, Mazi Simon Ekpa, that is. that is doing it. Sorry. That is doing it. And what did they do? And they're still pursuing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to say, I have nothing to do with Mazi Simon Ekpa. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not send anybody message. Simon Ekpa told you that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not ask him to do what he's doing. And whatever he's doing it on his own. He is a freedom fighter. And he knows the direction he's going. And he knows where he's going. And this criminal coming using a coded word to tell Biafrans that we are and the Nigerian government are working together. So if he denounced Simon Ekpa, then we will release him. How can China Sanwo-Olu be the judge? The whole thing that the judge that persecuted Maznan or the judge that that led the team that Judge Maznan, the whole of their judgment and all their statement, was there anywhere they commit and they talk about what Simon Ekpa and Nnamdi have to do in their judgment? The answer is no. Every judgment they talk about Maznan have nothing to do with Simon Ekpa or what Simon Ekpa did. But these criminals are still cornering it, trying to convince the Biafrans that Mazzi did not deny Simon Ekpa. That is why he was jailed. It is completely lie. There was nothing like that. In the statement there, the judge did not say he collaborated with Simon Ekpa and Simon Ekpa do this or do that. That's why you are guilty. There was nothing like that. So what these criminals trying to attach Mazzi with Simon Ekpa. So, not that there is anything that Simon Ekpa did that was criminality. Nothing, not at all. Not even one thing. Everything Simon Ekpa did was according to the law to free his people and make sure that his people come out from freedom. But this criminal, because they blackmail Simon Ekpa, they lied against him, they committed a lot of criminalities and put it on the head of Mazi Simon Ekpa. So they want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to say, no, those things which they knew, China Sanwo-Olu knew, and will have even a lot of confirmation of what Mazi China Sanwo-Olu, the criminal cannot even use Mazi for him. The criminal China Sanwo-Olu did is in the media there. If China Sanwo-Olu was not working with Nigerian government, with the testimony of those criminals that were caught by the police and everything, and they called his name. Did you hear one day the Nigerian government started looking for where to extradite China Sanwo-Olu? The answer is no, because this is in their side. They are working together. So that is why Biafran should know that these guys, from origin, from the one, China Sanwo-Olu have been working with the Nigerian government. That is 100%. But little did Mazi Nnamdi Kanu know. And now he's coming out small to show Nigerians where he stand. And those ones who are telling you instead of Mazi Simon Ekpa will bring Biafra, they will let the Biafra not come. All those ones are little criminals. Those ones who want to showcase themselves that they can do anything, but they cannot do anything. So that is the point. Then, my brother, when you come concerning the other lady that distant talked about what the book go on wrote or whatever he did, he said about Biafra, that now, why sometimes I don't talk about it much is Ojukwu. When Ojukwu was alive and Gowon was alive, Ojukwu went to many interviews and said a lot of things and what happened during Biafra war and what happened and how everything happened, both Aburi Akon and all those things. So if Gowon is coming out now to lie and talk those things are medicine after that, it makes no sense. Any reasonable man will ask him, those times that Ojukwu make his statement, why didn't he come out and do what? And debunk and say it was this, it was that? It makes no sense. So every reasonable person know what happened. So even though he come out today and beg Biafran, it makes no difference. We have declared Biafra and we are not going back. So if he like, let him have this in mind, stay 100 years and have his mind and write the book against Biafra or whatever. It makes no difference. If you come out today and beg Biafra and say, I'm sorry, those things I didn't know, I was deceived by British government or this, it makes no difference. The only difference it can make is for us to separate ourselves and be a good neighboring countries, just like any other country. But for us to remain one as one Nigeria under one umbrella is impossible. It cannot come to. It's not possible for such a thing to happen again. So they better remain on their own, and we will remain our own and be a neighbor. And sometimes you can have a good neighbor who is better than a brother. There's something you said in this very this thing. He asked somebody, he said, "Can you not take Oseni, this guy that is working in the AIT or what is in?" He said, "Can you not take him as a good ancestor? That those ancestors like Omahi." Because sometimes when they will come, they will say, "Why is this Catholic Church calling the ancestors St. John, St. Joseph, or St. Paul? And they're not calling Okeke and Okafor." So if we had history of what Okeke and Okafor did, and they were good people, you can call them, they are living. According to, as a Christian, my faith is any person that lives righteous, he did not die, he lives. So, and that is why somebody who were a soldier that died and he rode to the bone of Elijah or Elisha were able to wake up, because Elijah, even though his dry bone was there, but he's still alive. So that is the faith of every Christian belief. So if those Saint Okeke and the Saint Okafor, if they have lived a good life, if you call that Saint Okeke Ben Naga, so if he have lived a good life, let his righteousness be among those who will intercede for you before God. It will intercede, but not somebody who died like Omahi, who betrayed his people, sold them for the sake of money, and commit a lot of criminality, and there is a lot of blood in his hand. He will call somebody like Omahi in the next 100 years. Some people who will see him as an ancestor, when they call Omahi, Omahi will bring a calamity to them, because it's a disaster. And there is no record that put that Okeke Okafor did this. So those who put their own record, that's why people are still calling them. So the earlier you start learning how to put good record and good manners, when people will testify that Kelena is from so and so place, this descendant will say, they say my father was so and so person and he lived a good life. Biafrans have started writing your name in the good book. So in the next 200 years, when they remember about Kelena, they will say, may the God of Kelena remember us, and that God will answer. But when you call God of Umahi and the Chinas and Woru, he will not answer, because he will only bring disaster, and it's better not to call him. That is what people must understand. So, my brother, I thank you so much for the work you are doing. Those who do good, let good be for them, and those who remain in bad, let them remain in bad. In that time, those people who will call their names, they will get only bad side of the spirit. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you, Greg. Darurian. Amaka Mary Bobby, Amaka Mary, all of us of truth. Amaka Mary, all supporters of truth. Happy now, Rian. Amaka Mary, I never, I never, was in Jokwa Piro. Join us in some hours' time as we continue. Stay blessed and bye for now.